What's going on, everyone? Hope you've had a safe and awesome week. You know what? Eventually, I'm going to redo this intro to add Nope and Ed into it. Like, I've been thinking about that. I was like, they're on the show with me every week. One of these days, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna put a couple images of Weird Dopes in here. So gonna be a fun show tonight. Usually, they feel fun for me. We're gonna be talking about comics, not from the big two, because trust me, Ed said something earlier in our chat that I was like, yeah, I'd love to see that, but we're not gonna be talking about Marvel DC stuff because he said Predator versus Spider-Man Marvel special presentation thing would be tops. That would be awesome. If you haven't read Predator versus Spider-Man, folks, for me, one of the best Marvel comics in years. Make sure you check that out. We're going to be talking about kind of indie-ish. I know some people don't really consider Image, indie comics, but for sake of argument, we're not going to be talking about Marvel or DC comics. These are all indie, Kickstarter, stuff like that. Just some things that we want to see as movies, TV shows, whether they're animated, live action, or in some cases, a mix of both. So got a ton to talk about. Plus, I'll be doing my J kind of review that tells you nothing about the book that got picked last week, which was the Blade Max series from 2002. Triple B won that. I say win, but nobody really wins anything. It's just their pick. Also, couple of Kickstarters and stuff I got to put out there because our buddies from Bad Bug have a book. 13. Yeah, you're just always going to be 13. Where's my? There it is. Buddies from Bad Bug have 36 hours left for Final Girl Next Door #3, which is about a final girl who is the last of her friends that survived, but all these other killers are coming back trying to get her. I've only read the first issue of this. I'm not going to be able to jump on this one, but I think the next campaign, I'll jump on it. Also, the link to Bad Bug Media's site should be in the description of the video. Make sure you check that out. You can order stuff from there, past books. Trust me, a lot of their stuff is on this list tonight. Between everybody that entered something, there is Bad Bug stuff galore in this list because again, these are great books. Their kind of slogan is they write the books you didn't think you'd want, but incredible company, and we're going to be talking about a bunch of them tonight. Not only Bad Bug, but things from Comics Tribe, Image, AWA Upshot. I have a ton of stuff, folks. I had to cull my list, and I still have way too much on here. Me personally, I'm too obsessed with this, but it's going to be a lot of fun. The other Kickstarter I want to talk about is I don't know if there's any wrestling fans out there, but we had Jonathan London, who is the brother of wrestler Paul London. For me, master of the shooting star press, the best shooting star press in the game. Man, if it will let me grab the freaking thing here. Oh my goodness, it keeps trying to grab this list. Here we go. Copy. He has a book. We talked to him with Rich Davis on Tuesday at 5 Eastern, 4 Central for Rich and Les. It's supposed to be called Writer versus Artist. I think we're still workshopping the name there. But this is called Hero of the Prophecy #2. This is like a love letter to Jonathan's brother Paul. It's basically Paul gets galaxy quested from our world into another world where they think he's this great warrior because they've seen him wrestle, and they think all of that's real. So I haven't read the first issue yet, but I'm going to. I'm going to very soon. So Jonathan, if you're watching this, thank you very much. I'm going to get on that soon so I can talk about it. It just sounds like a ton of fun. And again, I might not watch a ton of wrestling now, but wrestling was my thing from the time I was 8 or 9 to the time I was in my 30s. I still watch clips from time to time. Paul London was just awesome. So I'm really excited to check this out. So make sure you get on that one. I think it's got a couple more days left. Something else that I want to talk about, and then we're gonna get into a couple of news things I want to talk about with some other folks. Tomorrow, I know a lot of people watch. Well, maybe not a lot of people, but I know people know about the experience. The folks who watch this channel, they know about the experience. There's usually a sales show on the experience with Kyle on Sundays, but instead of doing that, we are going to have our good buddy, Dan Wickline, writer, somewhat actor. He's played a dead body in Dexter. He's written comics, books, like just a pop culture wizard. Is going to be on the XP, but here's his channel as well. If you're not subbed up to Dan, check Dan Wickline out. He usually goes Sundays, but tomorrow between the two channels on the EXP and Dan's channel, it's going to be Dan and Kyle talking about this Netflix Warner Brothers Discovery acquisition. There we go. Going to be a ton of fun. That's going to be 7 Eastern, 6 Central. I don't have a link for it yet, so again, it's going to be on both. I want to say I was told it's going to be on both channels. So either Dan Wickline or The Experience. The Experience link you can definitely find in the description of this video as well. That's, place where I make my living. So obviously that one's definitely going to be in there. 100%. 100%. So I think that's all the stuff that I wanted to talk about before I bring on, and even though it says that I don't think this did it right, nope, sure didn't. Oh, let's go ahead and bring on an open ed.
What's happening?
I like how it had the little placeholder thing instead of just bringing y'all in like I wanted it to.
Hail Hydra.
So, guys, how's your week been so far?
Busy and cold, snowy. All the above.
It's snowy and cozy and Christmas trees up, and I've been able to read some comics and chill and relax. And if not for the back pain, it'd be a pretty good week.
Understandable. So, yeah, I'm waiting to see about this. Like I said, I wanted to touch on this very lightly. The one place that nobody thought, everybody said there's no way Netflix is going to be able to put up a decent offer. There's Paramount, there's all these other places. There's no way. And lo and behold, granted, there's a lot of other things that have to happen before this is, hey, this is happening. This is true. But it just blows my mind that Netflix is the one that got WBD.
What blew my mind is that when they were first starting talking, they were guesstimating $8 billion, and it was like $84 billion or something like that.
Right.
I'm like, that's a little bit of an undershot.
That's a lot.
I don't want to oversell it, but I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of like 87.2.
I heard 83, but what's for when you're talking that much?
Yeah. I could be completely off base, but I know it's in the upper. My goodness,
It's in the 80s for sure.
Yeah. Whew.
Well, Disney only had to spend like 47 to get. What's that last one they grabbed? I can't remember now. Columbia? No.
I don't even know what Disney owns anymore, man.
The one that they Universal.
Oh, they got Universal?
I can't remember.
No,
I don't remember. The last one
that would have been way bigger news.
This wasn't anything new. It was just the last one that they merged with.
I got you.
But they got it for like $47 billion. And I did not see almost $100 billion. It's like, holy shit.
Man.
I didn't know Netflix had that kind of capital.
At this point, I don't know how many people watch Futurama, but there's an episode where they go to Amy's parents' house, and Amy's dad basically says it's easier to brand stuff we don't own that's kind of what it feels like with Disney. At some point, it's like it's going to be easier to just talk about stuff that Disney doesn't own.
Well, that's Iger's move though, because that's what he did with Pixar. Once he realized that Pixar was the main what was going on in Disney with their character swath, you know, the ones that were popular back in the 90s were done and over with as far as being the fad. And then you had the Cars, Toy Story, all that. That was the new thing, but Pixar was separate at that time. So that's why they went ahead and just bought them. And just said,
there was something. There was something in my mind that just kept telling me that Disney was going to put in an offer and grab Warner Brothers, and I was just waiting for it. I was just waiting for it.
You know, it's funny. I remember watching. I want to say it was I Am Legend, and it was way before like BVS was ever announced. And I want to say there's like an Easter egg of a poster of Batman versus Superman in that movie. It's been a long time since I watched it, so I can't remember if that's where it was, but there was some kind of Easter egg in one of those movies where like this was before Batman versus Superman was going to be a thing.
Wow.
But I'm just thinking, I was like, look, we're getting to the point in the comics. Okay. We're slowly easing into it. If it's got to start with the comics, cool. But one day, in my lifetime at least, we are going to get a crossover of these movies. I feel it. I feel it. There's just too much money to be made for somebody to not attempt doing a DC versus Marvel or some kind of team up movie with the two companies. There's just too much money.
And they kind of have a new, fresher scope on that too, with the new Deadpool and Batman stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To whereas they had the amalgam stuff back in the day and the DC versus Marvel, but that was 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Nope, I looked it up and it was the Hulu thing that I was talking about.
Oh, when they got Hulu.
Thing.
Yeah,
when Disney got Hulu.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's where they put some of their more mature stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's not actually on Disney.
I'm not allowed on there anymore.
Goodness.
They kicked me off.
They kicked me off after I got my. Never mind.
So in other like not really news, but something cool that happened today was so a couple days ago I started seeing trailers for season 5 of The Boys start to drop. They were all fake, all of them were fake. I was like, man. And then today, around sometime, Jack Quaid himself on I think Threads or something, dropped the season. What do they call them?
Teaser.
Season teaser for the. Is it finale? Series finale.
Yeah, series finale
of The Boys. And I will tell everyone this: if you have not watched that, go to YouTube and watch it. I am a sucker for when they remix songs. I'm a sucker for that. Them using Renegade for that trailer, much like when they used it in the Batista movie Afterburn. They used that in the trailer. It was a remix of Styx's Renegade. Loved it. And the fact that we're getting, for Supernatural fans out there, we're basically getting a Supernatural reunion. Both the Winchesters were in this trailer. So super excited for that. And just hearing Renegade playing over that trailer, I am so excited. I'm sad that the series is coming to an end. Still got to go back and watch Gen V season 2. And then we got Vought Rising to look forward to. No telling how long it's going to take for that to get made. But I think the thing about The Boys that I love the most, that I've been loving, is there's been a point in time where subverting expectations was the thing to do. And you did it so much that it was like at the detriment of the story. What The Boys TV show has done is subverted things in the best way possible. It keeps you guessing. Like if you're someone like me that's read all the comics, it keeps you guessing because you never know what's going to happen in the show. Because while they obviously they take a lot from the comics, things that happen, they happen a little bit out of order. There's certain people that actually in the comics survived the entire series that had been off in the show. And for me, that is The Boys has been, regardless of what people want to think that it's edgelord bullshit, regardless of all that, The Boys is a prime example of how you subvert expectations correctly. That's it. It just is. Like, the comics are a lot grosser, and that's saying something if you've watched certain scenes of The Boys, season 4 for Ed. But
I will say 3 words: Homelander must die. They got to kill him off, or I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm telling you, like, I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I wish I could be like, hey, well, you know what happens in the comics. Spoiler for anybody who's never read the comics, but
well, it happened in the comics a long time ago.
Yeah, but again, I don't know who's safe and who's not in the TV show.
That was the cool part of me going into the Walking Dead TV show when it first came out, because I was a huge fan of the comic and was reading them long before it became a show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cool for me because I had some insider information to kind of know what was going to go on, but they threw enough curveballs in there that it kept me guessing at times too. And that was the fun part.
Yeah.
And on a similar topic, have y'all seen the supposed leaked Spider-Man Scorpion escape scene?
Not real.
It's not real?
No.
Oh, God, they did such a good job on that sumbitch show. Holy shit.
In fact, when you sent that video, that's what I said. Like, this was so good. I thought it was real at first.
Right.
But there's certain instances where the scar on his face didn't look like it looked weird, and certain facial poses looked different in the next shot. So
it actually made it to Screen Rant.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I don't know.
Yeah. Tell you this.
Well, and could have been a pre-production, like pre-post-production.
You know.
Just like a rough cut.
Did you just say a pre-post?
That's why
I love you know.
It was after, before. Yeah, it was before but after. Come on, Ed. I knew what Nope was saying.
I love that prequel sequel that they're working on.
Right?
What? It's called a requel?
A requel. I thought it was a NyQuil. Put you to sleep.
But I'm excited for that. There was talks that during the Brazilian Comic-Con, I think it's called like CCXP.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be
is that where you get waxed?
Yeah.
Right. A lot of lifts going on there.
Yeah, exactly. But their con they're supposedly dropping the Supergirl trailer. And they've also shown the suit, and I got to be honest, folks, the Supergirl suit looks so much better to me than Superman's suit.
I'll buy you one.
Is it the same symbol though?
It's the same symbol, but the suit itself looks better. Like, yeah,
I'll buy you one if you wear it on the show.
It's the collars.
Nah, I don't have the thighs for that. I don't have the thighs for that. Oh, but the suit looks cool. There's some other stuff apparently happening. You know, there's been talks of oh my goodness, there was something that they just were talking about, and I completely blanked out on it. But again, next year for DC and for Marvel, I think we're gonna get another month of killer movies again, another couple of months, because I know they're not releasing them at the same time this time. I think Supergirl is coming out a little bit earlier. Dan Price, what's going on, Dan? Hey, just so you know, he didn't open it because he had to leave for work, but Sean got a package from you today. So pretty sure it's the next Bigfoot Knows Karate, but he didn't get a chance to open it because he was on his way to work when I brought it in. So Dan Price, y'all, writer and an artist, Bigfoot Knows Karate.
Hilarious. If you haven't read it, you got to read it.
It's so good. it's one of those books where the title doesn't really tell you everything. It tells you everything, but it's so much more. And I will not go any farther than saying that. All I'll say is the first time we read it, we got halfway through the book, and then every page after that was like, what the hell is going on? Great book. Make sure you check that out. Dan Price, Casey Allen. Awesome book. Homebrewed Comics. Our Homebrewed Heroes. Oh my goodness, Dan, I forgot the name. I think it's Homebrewed Heroes. It's been a while. I also just realized while doing
What
this.
were you just talking about before you sidetracked? Because I had something I was going to comment, and I don't remember what you were talking about.
I was talking about some of the stuff happening in DC, like how next year movies are going to be great, but they're doing Superman or Supergirl is coming out a couple months before Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I was going to ask, because I haven't heard, is the Star Wars Mandalorian next year too? Or is that 2 years yet?
Oh my goodness.
Because I thought it was 26.
I think you're right.
So that
Maybe
if that's also next summer, holy shit.
I don't think next summer. I think they're doing that one next
Well,
winter,
the Mandalorian and Grogu 2026.
No month though.
Let's see.
Maybe they do it closer to Christmas.
May 22nd.
Oh, well,
Dude, that's a hell of a way to kick off the summer.
definitely. Like Memorial Day weekend.
When is Free Comic Book Day this year?
Homebrewed Comics.
May the 2nd.
Okay.
I think it's the 2nd.
I want to say there was some big news about that too, because it was two people coming together because one person owns the Free Comic Book Day name now.
Right.
And the other folks were going to
Universal.
call it, yeah, and the other folks were going to call it like the first day in May or the first week in May.
Saturday.
First
which
Saturday
I think is
in May.
the 2nd.
Yeah. There was some kind of news about that too, that the two of them decided to work together
Right.
on it.
Did you see
'cause
the
I think
big?
they were talking about that on Insiders Tuesday.
Did
That's
you see
what it
the
was.
big meeting this week with Nick Barucci and Brian Polito?
Mm-mm.
They've been posting on each other's page. They had dinner together. They met and they said a fire's brewing. So there's some kind of crossover maybe coming between Coffin Comics and Dynamite. That would be cool.
What
Nick
character
Nick will not comment.
I know. You don't have to because Brian will talk like a fish if I can get him talking.
Yeah.
Cans for notary.
Yeah. Somebody asked Nick that on Friday on the art show, and Nick was like, "Yeah, I can't talk about that right now. Just know.
Brian will.
Well, then that'll be fine. Nick gets himself in trouble with some of the stuff he talks about anyway. So
Nick's kind of like the Tom Holland of the comic industry.
He gets comfortable and he starts getting loose with his words.
so proud of Nick for not spoiling anything. Okay.
Yeah.
That probably took a lot. That was a fun show though. We had a guest on there. His name was Kuhn. I forget his last name, but super nice dude. Original art show on Fridays, 7 Eastern, 6 Central on the Experience with Nick Barucci. Come by. He had some we had some cheap things, but he only sold one really cheap thing. He had a page that he sold for $7.
Oh wow, see, I never get to see those.
That's
Yeah.
less than the
I
shipping.
turned it on and I see 3 gorillas for 25 grand, and I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
$7
right.
is less than the shipping.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So next
Are we
week,
going to bed?
next Friday, if anybody wants to join on the Experience, check out if you're an original art fan. I think Nick said he's bringing back some of the prices because we didn't get through everything on the show this Friday. So check it out if you want to. I can tell you this: be careful, because apparently once you buy a piece of original art, that's just your gateway piece. You're going to want more. That is what people who have just started collecting art have said that, once they,
Hey, Corey.
hey, what's up, Corey? Once you
Hey,
buy one art
Corey.
piece, you're going to want more. Like a tattoo. Once you get a tattoo, like when I got my tattoo, I was thinking about my next one in the middle of getting it. So,
Right.
so yeah. that's gonna be awesome. I'm glad to hear that Free Comic Book Day is gonna be hanging around in some form and fashion. Been one of my favorite things to do here for the last couple of years.
It was so much fun back in the day when Marvel would schedule their movie release for Free Comic Book Day. Because I would take my wife and daughter to see the movie, and then right after we'd go to the comic book store, and it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
it makes sense to do that.
Yeah.
Marvel did it like 6 or 7 years in a row. And then they stopped when COVID, and they've never did it again. It's never lined up.
We're in the upside down, and we have been ever
So we're,
since.
just running
Don't
up that
spoil.
road,
Don't
running
spoil.
up that hill, running up that
I
building.
still haven't watched it.
What?
Oh, I won't.
The latest season of Stranger Things, because she's like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm not getting cut off and having to wait, so I'll just wait for all of it one time. I'm like, all right. She's like, you can watch it if you want. I go, okay, I will.
Should, because you're less likely to get spoiled. People had spoilers out the first night it was on.
Well, yeah, and people are just casually throwing out clips and whatever, and I don't want to run into it. So
Yeah.
when I get the time, I'm going to. But
Again.
I've also been watching Landman.
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton. That's a good one. It's on Paramount. But it might be too close to home for you. You're probably like, it's just Tuesday, man. You know, fuck everybody bugging out about. It's boring.
It's just Texas. That's how it is down here.
Right.
So, so before we get started with the main topic tonight, I just remembered I left one of Sean's picks out of here, so I want to do that one first. So, let me find the image here so I can get that done. So, this is, once it loads, Grandma Chainsaw. This is from Bad Bug. This is Alan Dunford, Will Radford, Brian Bellondo, the late great Jason Smith on colors, and Dave Lentz on the lettering. Now, this is a love letter to slasher movies. You got Grandma Hazel here on the cover, and she is anything but a normal old lady, as you could tell from the chainsaw. These kids get lost in the woods. They go to her house, and let's just say it hits the fan.
Does she not remind you of the grandma on Where Monsters Lie too?
Yeah, she does 100%.
They remind me a lot of each other.
The main lady?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So when Sean was talking about this one, wanting to add this one, I was like, well, to be honest, Alan and Will had a plan for if this was live action. Here was what their movie was going to be. 70s style grindhouse.
I'm in.
That's exactly what they wanted to be. They wanted to be 70s style grindhouse.
I love that shit.
Yep. Practical effects and all.
Now who would be Grandma? Like Betty White at a certain time?
I'm gonna be drag.
Obviously.
Thank you for stopping by, Corey. Appreciate it.
I'm going in drag.
Later, Corey.
Grandma.
Yeah. That's something that I suggested to them. Was getting a dude.
Hell yeah, I'd do it.
Just makeup and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Hell
yeah, I'd do it. You'd have to shave though, Eddie. You don't like to do that.
That's all right, man. They can CGI some shit over my face or something.
We tried that before with a certain Justice League movie. It didn't go over too well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That opening scene of Justice League where Henry Cavill's doing it's a cell phone shot, and they basically CGI'd his upper lip because he had the mustache.
Oh Lord, that looked
Mission
terrible.
Impossible, right?
Yeah.
So that's been made fun of ever since.
Well, if they're gonna make me into an old lady, they can cover up my goatee. Come on.
And old ladies have whiskers.
They'd probably
Sure.
put prosthetics like Mrs. Doubtfire style.
Exactly. But that I wanted to go ahead and throw this one in here because I just noticed all the pictures that I did. This is the one that I forgot. So
Wow.
yeah.
I just want to be the grandma so I can at least once say, "Want to see my titties?"
Oh jeez, no. Elbows off the table. So that is Grandma Chainsaw. Now we're gonna get into good Lord. Gonna get into it. And the first one I'm gonna do, this one is actually Jenna's pick. Jenna picked this one.
Boo.
No way.
That's a great book.
Mhm.
I hate Fairyland.
Wrong title though.
No, in the beginning it was I Hate Fairyland. The other thing is the variant cover, the variant title.
Yeah, you live in your world and I'll live in mine.
Good, because my world has sunshine and flowers.
This could totally work on like Adult Swim kind of style, you know,
Mhm.
to where it's mature content.
Yep, she
But-
said animated series, to which I agreed, and I told her, I said, I'm going to go one step further. Now, folks, we're not going to like cast these whole things or anything like that. Some of these we're going to go a little bit deeper into than others. But my first thought was, yeah, come on, I was waiting for it, guys. Come on.
Well, she's got a bloody hatchet, so I don't want to stick anything anywhere at the moment.
That's true. Voice of Gert. Either Laura Bailey, who Critical Role, if y'all ever watched that, Laura Bailey's on that. She just got done doing the voice of Invisigirl from Dispatch, but I picture her or Tara Strong as the voice of Gert. I want either one of those for the voice of Gert, but Jenna said for Larry, her little fly buddy, it's got to be Alan Tudyk. It's got to be Alan Tudyk in his.
You two put him in everything. That
Yeah.
man would never breathe if you guys had your way.
He needs to be just much like Walter Goggins. He needs to be in everything. Make Alan Tudyk everything. The dude is like he's got so many voices.
Now, see, I kind of hear Larry as just like a old washed out kind of voice, like Larry, like you know, I don't know.
All right, well, you know what?
I don't even know who it would be.
You know who I hear? I hear Ron White.
I want Nope to voice him now.
I want Ron White.
I don't know. Ron White for Larry is a little much. Like
No.
I would have Ron White voice somebody in this universe 100%, but not Larry.
Yeah, Larry.
They call me Maggot Salad.
Right.
Wow. No, that voice that Nope.
Did you know that he's actually dried up now?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He doesn't.
Ron White
drink
quit
anymore.
drinking.
He dried up.
Look, I just know that there was some kind of freaking time jump because the last time I saw him, he had hair shorter than mine, and then the next time I saw him, he looked almost like one of the folks from Rock and Roll Express. Okay, the hair got super long on that dude.
Right.
Well, he looks like Santa Claus now.
Well,
It only takes a couple of years if you got that hair that you got to get cut every 2 weeks.
Well,
yes, much like me, I'm already at the spot where I'm considering I either need to cut my hair or not wear the hat again for a while
cut your
Right.
hair.
because it's starting to get to where it pokes out and I got to tuck it behind my ears.
Cut your hair. Cut your hair. Damn it.
Oh, I will eventually. I don't know if I'll let it get
Just cut it around the hat.
cut it out. I think I had that haircut when I was a kid.
Cut the hair on your head too.
No, jeez. No, the bush. The bush. Come on.
Ooh.
A
Don't mess
bird in
with
the
the
hand is
Zohan.
worth 2 eggs in the bush.
Don't mess with the Zohan. Anybody remember that movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine is the biggest. No, the bush. Oh yeah.
That movie
So, yeah.
scarred me for life.
Hey man, I love that movie. But anyway, going back to this, Jenna's first pick. I hate Fairyland animated series, and I think you're right in that Cartoon Network style. Was it Cartoon Network? You said?
I think that's who did Adult Swim. Yeah,
Yeah, Adult Swim. Yeah, yeah,
because I
100%.
think that's where Rick and Morty plays on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ain't no different.
So you're not thinking Rankin Bass for this one?
No,
Mhm.
no, we can do that for this next one.
No, I mean honestly, I would love to see Scotty Young's cartoon style come to life in
Yeah,
an animation. Like that would be like it has its own, like that's 99% of it right there.
hmm
Well,
Mhm.
maybe 90, because the writing's there too for that one, because the jokes are genius
yeah,
on all of them. So I love this series.
yeah, 100%. So Ed, I want you to talk about this one, man, because I know you.
I'm just truly amazed that they cut it after one season. It was such a good season, and it's a great read if you guys not read it. And the hilarious thing is no one knows what it's about, and I think that's what hurt them, because everyone is so used to the phrase paperboy. Paper girls, they're like, are they talking about those cutout dolls? Are they? I'm like, no, they're paper girls. They deliver newspapers, just like the paper boys. Oh, I didn't even think that. I'm like, yeah, give it a try.
Girls can deliver papers too. What?
Yeah, right,
Try it, you'll like it.
right. And it, you got your inner time dimensional non-mischief and your alien invasion kind of stuff, and it's just and that first season was solid, and they left it on a cliffhanger, and I thought sure somebody else would pick it up, but it's been like 3 years now, so if they picked it up it wouldn't be the same, because the gals being like 11 and 12, they'd be like mature, fully developed, and it wouldn't be the same. It'd be like paper
What
teens or something.
what if
Yeah,
they
I mean,
rewrote it to be like they all come back together as adults, kind of like the It movies?
Well, that's kind of what it's about,
Uh,
is that the kids see their adult selves and try to make changes
oh,
along the way. Because the one gal has cancer, so she wanted to try to, do something to stop her from getting the cancer, and because there's some like magical stuff that happens and some technology from the future that I don't want to spoil it for anybody that wants to read it. But this is an Ed pick. It's not gory, it's not horror. That should tell you something. Because for this to catch me, and it's not a horror, it is written so well, and it's imaginative, it's something new, it's something that's not been done before. And I don't care that it's an all-girl cast. There's nothing woke about it other than they're girls. I love it. I love the series, and season one was great. And it would have been so nice for somebody to pick up season two. I just was stunned that they didn't.
and this is why I put it on the list, because I was going to also put the Tick on here.
Mm,
The Peter Serafinowicz Tick
mm-hmm,
that was on Amazon.
mm-hmm.
Holy
good.
crap! I loved that show.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah, it was good. I need to finish it still. I'm halfway through the second season, I think.
it's
But it's one
kind
of
of,
those like I don't want to finish it because then it's over.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird because if you remember, they're a little more free flowing with the F-bombs in the first season,
Hmm.
and then it feels like the second season
A little
they
tidied up.
they dialed back on it. Which, I mean, that's not an issue. It's just you got to remember how the dialogue was in the first season, and then it changes kind of a little drastically in
Yeah,
the second one.
I
But
did notice that.
still fun time. And Ed, I will tell you this: if they were to redo this one, dude, Stranger Things. Look at those kids.
Yeah.
Those kids have been teenagers for the past 12 years now.
If they want, I am so passionate about this series and this book, I would direct it.
Huh.
If somebody wants to reboot it, I'll direct the damn thing.
I volunteer as tribute.
That's right. And I would work on a commission only. If it don't make money, don't pay me. I love this book. I love this story.
Yep.
And it's because it's something new.
Yep. And again, my only caveat to what was going on this list tonight was it just wasn't DC or Marvel. Didn't matter to me if it was already a show.
Mm-hmm.
So this one was a perfect example. They need to pick this back up. Like for me, I have another one, October Faction. I didn't put it on the list, but I never read the comic October Faction. But Jenna and I really enjoyed the first season of it.
I don't know
got
what I've heard
one
of that,
season,
but it sounds like something I'd like if it's about October.
but it only got one season.
What is it like? Halloween related?
No, it's monsters and stuff like that. But
Well, that'll work.
It's not Halloween related. It's like think of like Men in Black, but for monsters, kind of.
I'm good as long as it's not Will Smith.
It's not Will Smith.
Cryptids.
I think there's some. It's like ghosts and monsters and
hell
things
yeah!
like
Sign me up.
We really enjoyed it, but
it's only one season.
It's only one season, so
does it leave you on a cliffhanger?
Yes,
bastards.
Yeah, it was almost My Name Is Earl all over again for me,
or Paper Girls for me.
Yeah, I think eventually somebody's going to pick up some of these older things that like didn't, especially comic wise. They're going to pick up some. Somebody out there is going to be like, you know what? Let's give this another shot. I mean, they did. Huh?
Sorry, I was about to say, are any of them owned by Warner Brothers? Because we might see that on Netflix.
That's
well, Netflix is where it was, I think.
I thought it was Prime.
Or was it Prime?
I think it was Prime.
Okay. Well, maybe Netflix would pick it up then.
Yeah, because I mean, there's like Lock and Key. Before it went to Netflix, it was on regular TV, or I can't remember. Actually, no, I take that back. I don't think it was on a streaming service, but I can't remember where it was coming from. But I watched the pilot for that. They scrapped it, and then 2 or 3 years later, they had Lock and Key on Netflix.
Well, the preface behind this is it starts off with these paper girls who are all friends, and they're out delivering their papers. And this weird shit starts happening, and the sky starts turning weird, and everybody disappears, and a time rift comes, and these guys from the future show up, and they're trying to kidnap them, and they don't know why. And you learn a little bit more each week, and they huddle down into a house trying to protect themselves. And then the one runs into herself as an adult and has to convince the adult that it's really her as a kid. And it was getting really good, and they had built it up to this point where they were ready to start jumping the time and fighting the people, and the end. And it was like, damn, it was all build up, and it was in scuttlebutt from what I heard. Could be BS, but this is when woke stuff was going apeshit crazy. And they had the Oriental or Asian or whatever you want to call her girl being played, by an Asian adult. And they said that they made her too Asian. What the hell that even means, I don't know. But it was an Asian playing it. It ain't like it was a white person doing the slanty eyes like they did back in the Jerry Lewis days. And that's what they claim. But I don't buy it. It was a damn good show.
Oh, an Asian actress was too Asian?
Yeah, they made her too Asian. That's what they were saying. That's what the woke nuts were bitching about. And it's like, you guys have finally lost your mind. How could you be too Asian if you're Asian? What the hell are you talking about?
No. You need to dial that back a little bit.
Well, she spoke perfect English. It ain't like the old days of Bugs Bunny cartoons, just like, oh, so very honorable. No, there wasn't nothing like that.
Oh, Mickey Rooney.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
But there were such good storylines because every girl had something in her past or present or however you want to call it, since they were skipping around, that they were having to deal with. Like the one had cancer, and another one had, the one that ran into her older self had like drug and habit issues, and they were trying to deal through it. And it was for what people might term a girly show. I enjoyed it. I was really hooked into it.
So yeah,
So much so that I bought the comics, and I was actually lucky enough to win a 10.0 #1, graded by that PBX or whatever. So I don't know if it's got any, real, what do you call it, pull, but still and it's not just because I have a 10.0. It's a good fucking story. And it just blows my mind that nobody's picked it up with some of the crap that they run out there. And the thing is season 1 was one of their highest ranked shows. So I don't understand it. And even Dan, and when Dan's on my side about it, that gives me a little more credibility. He was pissed. He's like, it was a good show. I'm like, yeah, it really was. But anyways, I'll quit lamenting.
Goes to show though that no matter how great we think something is, no matter how well it's doing in the ratings, nothing is safe. There's always somebody who can decide, nah, not anymore, no more.
Well, see, and this is where I become bitter, and I start to say the reason it failed is because there was no nudity or profanity in it. And that's what everybody's obsessed about anymore. And it's like, it's a good story, and there better not be any nudity because they're 11. Yeah. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah. Exactly.
But anyways, it's not something that hasn't been done before. It kind of reminded me a little of Time Cops, because there was a time traveling faction that were the good guys that were chasing the bad guys who were after a certain thing that was in this girl's world. And I don't want to ruin it for people that might want to read it. But that's the other cool thing too, is that kind of like The Boys and Walking Dead, the show wasn't verbatim, so you could still enjoy the book and the show and have them not be just spoiling each other.
Right.
I mean, you knew mainly what was going to happen, but there was, they had enough nice little curveballs in there, like they do The Boys, to no staircases. Thank you, Lord Jesus. I love you to death for that. But it was good.
It would kind of be awkward in this show.
Even though it's only one season, if you guys are bored, check it out sometime and tell me what you think. Because I really thought it was onto something. I liked it. And I definitely recommend reading it.
Okay.
And it's on your wheel.
Oh, that is true. It is on the wheel. Something else I think is on my wheel. Moving on to the next one. Middle West.
This is so good. And this, I don't know how you could do it not an animated show.
Can I interrupt you just for a quick second?
Sure.
I just looked, and they are releasing all 30 issues in a paperback.
Oh.
Paper Girls.
Oh, nice.
So there you go. You don't have to try to get every episode. Damn it, Dan. Every issue.
Wow.
I love you, Dan, but your episode issue thing has now infected my brain.
Yeah, have you had a chance to read this one? No?
Nope.
No, not yet.
Never heard of this one. Tell me about it.
Well, it's actually another Scotty Young book, but it's got different artists doing the interior and covers. But
I see a tornado, so you got me interested.
You would be interested, I think, in this because it's actually a heartwarming story about a father and a son having a complicated relationship and a estranged mother, I believe. and so therefore it's just the two of them, and they get turned into tornadoes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I want to say that Sean has the first volume of this, and I've always wanted to read it, just never got around to. But that does sound interesting.
yeah, it's it, and basically what happens is the dad. I can't remember if the dad winds up being the storm first. Yes. Yeah, the dad winds up
So
being
is
the
that
storm.
why there's like a face in the sky? Is it's that they're
Mhm.
turning into the weather?
Yeah.
That's
Technically, if this cover, if nobody's double, then that's his dad in the background. To where it's tied to their anger and
Is
their
this something
emotions.
is this something that's accessible?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Awesome.
I might even actually have the digitals myself, because I actually have the it's not the hardcover, but it's the full complete story.
Is this like a 4
Afternoon. It's an
oh,
afternoon read because it's I
cool.
think 12 issues.
Well, that's not bad.
But yeah, it's a quick read. But the son winds up being on the run, and he's kind of bestowed this power or curse, if you will, of turning into tornado that, you know, wrecks everything in its path, but it's tied to their emotion. So they got to basically learn how to control all that. And deeper story, and he meets a lot of characters along the way. And that fox, he actually talks to the fox. But I never really understood how that works.
That cover does not look Scotty Young to me at all.
Well, that's
That's
because
because it's not.
Jorge Corona, I think.
Oh, so he just wrote this one? He's not.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Story's his, but right, the art and the cover art.
One thing that I got to say about Scotty, I personally love Scotty's art. I think he is incredibly underrated as a writer, though. Like,
True. Me
Scotty
too.
has written some great books.
I love his writing too, more so than his art. I mean, for me,
It's
the
not for
kitty
everyone.
thing got old for me. It was cute at first, but
It
every
works for
once in a while,
Fairyland.
right? Every once in a while, he'll throw one out there that still makes me chuckle. But for the most part,
Yeah.
I'm kind of past that. But his story writing is top notch.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
Fuck
I think
Fairyland
you'd
is a
like this
perfect
one.
example.
Yeah.
I think you both would like this one.
Nice. Yeah. All right, cool. This is an animated show. Now,
How will I ever remember? It's not like I live in the Middle West.
oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Were you thinking? Were you thinking like a series, or were you thinking like just an animated movie?
You could do this in a movie, I think, because I think that the story moves along quickly enough, and it's not like there's a ton of stuff that happens in each issue that couldn't be all condensed into a movie. So you give it hour and a half, 2 hour
Right.
movie at the most, 2 hours, but I think you could probably tell that whole story in that. And it'd be a banger.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. I think I want to say, yeah, no. I had East and West on this one. Okay. Middle West still is in my list of stuff to read, just not in my particular books on the list.
Right.
But yeah, I've been wanting to read this one for a while too. Eventually we'll get to one of my books, but up next, this is Chariot from AWA Upshot. This is Sean's pick. Sean wants this to be a live action. He has talked about this book the minute he read it. He told me, dude, this would make an awesome movie. So this book is basically, I haven't read it yet, but it's basically Knight Rider meets the Matrix. Uh, the car's name is Chariot, and it's got like this advanced technology, and this criminal who is looking to turn his life around finds the car. The thing that is interesting about this, though, is it's being controlled by the consciousness of the super agent it was originally intended for. So something happens to this agent, and her consciousness takes over the car. So there's where like kind of the Knight Rider feel to it. But Sean loves this book. He's like, dude, this would make an excellent movie. And I'm like, dude, I will eventually read this. This is one that he collected. But when he told me the premise of this, I was like, yeah. Plus, AWA Upshot. I don't know if any of y'all checked out anything from them. These are the same people that did Hotel or Hell. I never know how to say that book's name. Another one that's on my list that we'll talk about later, also written by John Lees because I love John Lees. But he did a bunch of work for AWA Upshot along with Comics Tribe. So I got a lot of John Lees in my list too. So yeah, Live Action Chariot, folks. I would definitely suggest checking out this book if you're into that, especially the Knight Rider line. If you're into that, I think you definitely like this book.
Now, doesn't AWA print kind of like Oni Press prints a lot of older stuff? Or, well, I guess what I'm getting at is Avatar, The Last Airbender. I want to say that they're the ones that print those books.
Yeah.
I
went to the AWA site, and the title of that book is Hotel with 2 L's.
Okay. Well, it's just on the covers. They
Right, but if you want to look it up or order it, you got to Hotel
with
with 2
2
L's.
L's.
That's what I'm telling folks.
Okay. But it's a great horror anthology series that ties together with everything.
Yes,
with the
it's
old
very
school.
good.
Oh.
It is very, very good.
Yes. All right, so moving right along, I can't see some of these pictures. What do we got here? Oh, so here's mine. Bearskin from Jason Pell. This would definitely be just a movie. Wouldn't have to be a series. It could have the potential of being a movie first, and then they could make a series from it. This is about a man who has a bearskin costume that murders people. But they're not people. He is someone who can actually see demons and monsters for what they really are. So while the world sees him as this psychotic killer, he is actually saving people. It's kind of like if you remember the movie Frailty. Spoiler for the movie Frailty if you've never seen it, a movie from a long time ago. Turns out that the people Bill Paxton and them were killing were actual demons. So
What?
yeah, it's the same kind. And R.I.P. to both Bill Paxton and Powers Booth. They were in that movie together. Along with their time in Tombstone together. They were in Frailty together as well.
Which one's Powers Booth?
Powers, Curly, I think.
The detective.
Yeah, in Frailty he's the detective. In Tombstone he's Curly Bill.
Oh, okay.
Well, bye.
Well, yeah. I love Curly Bill.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm all for that then.
This would definitely just be a 2-hour movie. If they decided to do something after, kind of like how they've done with It, they totally could. This is definitely I wanted to make some not so mature things, but I read so much mature things. I don't really have too many because, I was the one complaining about DC needs to start putting something that's not TVMA out there. Like most of the stuff they put out on streaming to watch is all MA.
Yeah.
But this would have to be a rated R movie. Like it would have to be. But if y'all haven't gotten a chance to read this, if you can't find it somewhere, I'll figure out something.
Have you ever accidentally bought 2 of something from Bad Bug during their Kickstarters because they offer so many back buys? Have you ever done that?
Not yet.
Well, I cannot say the same thing. Because I have 2 of these.
Do you?
And I also have 2 of these Midnight Highway, because the Zombie Midnight Highway was the recent one. The most recent one. Or no, because that was Bearskin and Midnight Highway, Zombie Midnight Highway. I have two of, yes.
Two, okay. Because I know that
This
Bearskin also
and
has
another
another. Yeah, Bearskin has a second story to it as well.
Right, which I got that one too.
Oh, you
But
did? Okay.
that's where I double bought. Because I
Ah,
bought during that. And then there was also another one where it offered you to catch up with these other series. And I'm trying to keep everything straight. And then there's two that shows up. Same day, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Huh, okay. So might be a Christmas present coming up somewhere.
so you have read this though?
No, that's the kicker.
No, oh man.
I still have yet to. But I figure like I could probably get through all the Bad Bug books in an afternoon or a weekend because they're so good that it's easy to just read all of them at once.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
So
this one I missed out
one
on
shot
getting that.
too.
Yeah, well, I missed out on getting the second, like the second story of this. It was like Leave the Light On for Mrs. Something's Boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Something Stearns.
Mrs. Stern's Boy, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
But I just remember I really enjoyed the first part of the story. I was like,
I think they even offered an additional Bearskin book during that too.
huh.
I forget what it was called though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. Jason Pell is
Right.
also the guy who does the Monster Girl Beach Party stuff, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
So
I want to say he did the most recent Death Knell too.
him,
As you said that one had multiple writers throughout the whole
yeah,
series.
it was. I think it started with Bill Stoddard, and then Alan wrote issue 2. I want to say. And I know another artist that I follow named AZ Volt. I want to say did a cover for Death Knell number 3 or 4. But yeah, there's y'all trust me when I tell y'all this. There's a lot of bad bug on this list because pretty much anything they've done can be any other medium. Like they just really can.
And it's so easy to push and promote to other people too, because even if you don't explain it good, you get it interested enough to where they actually go and read it and they'll be like, you weren't kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. But Bearskin, rated R movie, horror slasher thriller. Let's go. And let's see the next one. The next one is going to be another one of Jenna's picks. Stray Dogs as an animated movie. And try to get it as close to that style. If you've read Stray Dogs, the artwork by Tris Forstner is just beautiful. It's very Disneyfied. So it's like a Disneyfied horror movie with dogs. And this was such a good series. I can't believe that Strays has been going on for as long as it has. And Feral? Sorry, Feral. The one with the cats has been going on for so long. And this one got Stray Dogs and Stray Dogs Dog Days.
Lost Dog Days, yeah.
But if you've never read Stray Dogs, like this book was so good. There are some things that they did that I never thought about. Dogs not really having a memory or anything like that.
Hey, Cat, good to see you.
Hey, thanks.
Yes. So this one, she was like, she wants it animated, and the more I think about it, it's like, man, it was punching enough to read the series.
Yeah.
To see it played out on a screen before your eyes, oh man,
Episode 2, just watch the last 5 minutes over and over and over. Laugh your butt off.
poor Lucky.
He's so cold, man.
But yeah.
Damn dog looks like mine.
Yeah.
No, but they could do it. Hulu. Just put it on Hulu. Get the Disney animators in there. They're bored. You know, the 2D guys have just been
You know,
waiting
the
to be
first one
called
of those
back.
streaming services to figure out that if they can do something original horror, they're going to make out like a bandit. Because
Well, that's
look
why
at how
Stranger Things does so good.
you know, and look how much attention that Frankenstein movie got. It's
Or
like,
It,
dude, you guys, come on, man.
or Gary, should I say?
Yeah.
If they call it It, then no, he's not in there until.
Yeah.
Toothpicks.
So yeah, that was Jenna has one more on the list, and it's another good one. But I think
Jeez,
this one,
where's she at to talk about
hmm,
him? I'm just kidding.
she's in the room relaxing. She took the day off today.
She had the day off. Tell her to get her woman ass out here and talk about these books. Damn it.
Nah, I'm gonna let her relax and play. She was playing
She
Stick of
watching a
Truth earlier.
movie.
Well,
A movie about some war.
no,
Oh, okay.
not this time. We watched that on repeat, but I think she's actually watching. She's fixing to watch
That's
Castaway.
what she falls
Oh,
asleep to.
God.
Wilson, shut
Well,
up.
it's the name's Voight. So yeah, another good pick from her. Here's one that I think I was gonna do, but Ed said it first, and I made sure I told Scott this, but I'm in 100% agreement
Oh,
with you on this, Ed. But I will say this: I said this to y'all in the chat, and I'll say it just in case later Scott watches on the rewind or something. You know, since I'm a fan, I should have say in what you do, right? You know, I'm I'm a fan and I buy your stuff, so I should be able to tell you things, correct? Not really. I know this. You know, I'm just messing with you, but I'll make a deal with you because I got that kind of pull. Your the comic series, the Periwinkle Saga. I'm 100% for it. But the stuff we're gonna make here, your books in a universe. I said it one time just to put it out there. Your stuff in movie show form. I'm calling that the Swookie Way Galaxy. Just putting that out there, Scott. That's how we'll use Swookie Way Galaxy. Your stuff in the TV movie medium will be known as Swookie Way Galaxy. Ed,
right.
I've talked about this book for years. Why don't you go ahead and talk about this one?
Absolutely love this book. This book should be a Christmas movie / special / whatever you want to call it. Basically, Santa Claus is murdered, and one of the elves, Periwinkle, Rambo's some ass to get back at Santa's murderers. And along the way, you get to meet Belsnickel. If you're not familiar with Belsnickel, he was he big in old lore of, I can't remember what was the holiday called. Was it Christmas? Anyway, he was kind of like Krampus before Krampus was Krampus, and he would help keep track of the bad people, and then he would sit Krampus on them, and Krampus would either paddle the naughty kids with sticks or run away with them. So it was a way to make you, you know, behave yourself, and for your parents to scare the shit out of you and to behave yourself. And you would consider yourself lucky if you got coal in your stocking instead of getting, you know, thrashed by Krampus and all that. But anyways, it's all about Periwinkle, who is like the Rambo of elves. And with Santa's death, he's out for revenge to get every single person that was involved. And not only that, but the elves had all left because of the chaos and death. And he wants to reclaim Santa's greatness and keep his story going. And this book has a really nice, warm ending to it. But the whole book, the illustrations, the inking, the lettering. Whenever Krampus talks, the lettering is in red. Little things like that just make it so cool. And I can sit down in an hour and read all 3 of the books that have been released so far: Periwinkle, Cupid, and Frost. And I just get so involved into the story that I don't even realize an hour's flown by already.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see this as a Christmas movie / special, you know, kind of
And
like
then
the
pick back
one-off
up.
movies. I would love it.
And
Absolutely
then pick
love
back
it.
up in February whenever it's time
Yep.
for Cupid.
Yep. He could be like an updated Rankin and Bass, but for like more mature cartoons. Because
Jack
he's
Frost
basically got a character for every season holiday. And now he's working on one for the Easter Bunny.
Yep.
Love it.
This was
If you haven't read it, read it.
Yeah. This was the first book I got that was Scott's. I want to say Sean had gotten something else. I want to say it was Dead End Moon, I think is what Sean got before this. I can't 100% remember. All I remember is you put Sexy Thirst Trap Krampus with Belschnickel. The only reason I know Belschnickel is because of Dwight from The Office. Cheer or fear, Belschnickel is here. Like, that's the only reason I know Belschnickel. Yeah, I love this book. The list is awesome. Him just going back, he's got this big, gigantic board that he's just crossing names off of.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Periwinkle, when are you done when the last name is crossed?
yes, and I had gotten they made not necessarily an animated thing, but it's where they take. I wish I could explain what it is, but it's like they do voiceover work and they manipulate pictures to where it looks like they're moving. It's like this really weird movements in the pictures, and they did voiceover. So that's how I got to see the very first part of this book before I got the book. I got to see a clip of them doing voiceover of that scene, the very beginning scene of Periwinkle. And I was like, this book is going to be something. This is next to Klaus. This is one of my favorite holiday books next to Klaus. So yeah, I would love, same thing. I would love to see this. And again, I think it works more for me as being animated than if you try to do a live action thing with it. This is just one of those things where I think this would work better animated.
Oh yeah, for sure. No arguments. An animated Christmas special.
Bad Bug Media. And they're not hard to find in the description. I think you're watching. Hold on just a second. I think you're watching on the Weird Ups channel. Let me find.
Oh, I can copy and paste it over.
Okay, yeah. If you copy and paste the Bad Bug Media link,
no problem, Kat. I'll do that for you.
Awesome, I appreciate that.
It's all good. I got it.
But they do a lot of great book. Like a lot of their books are on this list of things we want to see live action, animated, or mix of both. Trust me, we got a lot of stuff on here from them. The next one though is something that I got to read when we were reading for, I think Minute to Skim It is when I first started reading this one. And I'm a big Tony Fleecs fan, the gentleman who does Stray Dogs, Feral. He did Army of Darkness. I can't remember what the little subtitle for it was, but he did Army of Darkness series. And this one was Nope's pick, and it's a damn fine one.
Uncanny Valley. This is a TV show or movie. I mean, it's still ongoing right now, so it's hard to tell where it's actually going to wind up or go. But this was literally made to be a mix of live action and cartoon, much like Roger Rabbit. So you have the kid there who is, I can't remember if the dad's just not around or if he's passed, but it's a mother and son in the real world just trying to get by and all that stuff, and then weird stuff starts happening, starts seeing cartoon characters, and then finds out that his grandpa is actually a cartoon character who's right there in the center too, in front of him.
Not legally Yosemite Sam.
Right. All
Yeah,
of
I was just gonna say
everything.
this looks like Yosemite Sam meets Street Fighter meets Johnny Quest.
Yep, everything is kind of, well, and if you look right there in the center, it's kind of like a not legally Sauron.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yep, the helmet,
Legally
for sure.
Tinkerbell up in the corner.
Not legally the Disney Crows.
Yeah.
And then you got a Wile E. Coyote type character.
Not
What else
legally
is there?
Rudolph.
Well, that is the Wile E. Coyote character right there to the left of not Yosemite. But
Hey Kat, let me know if that link doesn't work for you, but it should work.
But he winds up going on an adventure, just more like running, essentially, because they're after him for, I guess, because he's a mix between the two worlds, kind of like, but
Be right back, guys.
still behind on some of this. But this whole series is hilarious so far.
Yeah, and this is one of those books where, you know, it's Tony Fleecs on it, so I knew I was going to love it. But the fact that it works as well as it does, like, just, you would think that the cartoon goofiness of the real life characters might take you out of it, but it doesn't. Like, there are things that the kid finds out he can do that when he does it, I'm like, that shouldn't work and that shouldn't look good, but it really does. It
Right.
really does. I really enjoyed this. I think on the show I got up to, I think, issue 5 or 6, and I'm like, it's 5 or 6 issues in, and I'm still loving it. Like, I'm still having a good time. It's awesome to get deeper into this world, and I'm telling you, I don't know if Tony wrote it like this on purpose, but this is prime, and I think you hit the nail on the head saying Roger Rabbit style. I think that is probably the only way you can go with this one. This one's a terrific pick. This would be so fun, and this one would be one of the ones that would be in that PG, maybe PG-13 sort of area.
Yeah, because I let my nephews read this all day long because there isn't anything to it that's inappropriate for kids. Hey,
Hey, what's up, E? Let me get 9 Panels Grid out there, his channel out there. He just released his best comics of 2025 list. Fantastic list, y'all. Go and check that list out. Like, you know, Sean is the list maker for us. Okay, I am terrible, as you'll see from this, folks. I had to cull this list down because I had 4 times the amount
can't forget that. Can't forget that.
Yeah, exactly. of anybody that was on the panel, or, you know, Sean gave us some of his, Jenna gave us some of hers. I was just trying to pick TV shows and movies, and it was hard for me to cut stuff out. So make sure you go and watch 9 Panel Grid's Best Comics of 2025. I think he's got 20 and some honorable mentions. But it's a great list. And once again, because of him, I've added more stuff to my ever-growing list of things I need to read. But yeah, make sure you check that out. It's a fantastic list he's got. And then eventually Sean will have his version. He keeps trying to tell me to do it, or get me to do it with him, and I'd love to, but I am terrible at trying to pick just 10 of my favorite books, because I've read a lot of great stuff this year. So yeah, but Uncanny Valley, live action animated show, movie, it would just be, oh, there we go.
There's Sean.
That's exactly what Nope said, Sean. Exactly what Nope said. Folks, that is I Am Shields is Sean. He's the internet's imaginary friend. He is a third member of Hydra Asylum. He's at work. That's the reason he's not here today. But brother, we talked about Chariot and Grandma Chainsaw, and you're here. And guess what? The next pick on the list His Name is Wrath from Bad Bug. Sean wants this as an anime, which if you've read this, I've only read issue 1 and 2 of this. If you've read this, this is prime for being. That's very true. Nope is a genius. Very prime for being an anime. And the thing is, though, I wish Sean was here because Sean could better describe what this book is than I can.
Yeah, and I meant to read it before tonight because this was one that got recently. You know, with that most recent is this a completed story now?
Let's see. The last issue came out September 5th, number 5.
Yeah, I can't remember if this one was completed or not. Because there was a couple of them that was saying that there was a final issue to their arcs and stuff, but I can't remember which ones because they put out a lot this past year.
Oh, there you go. It's a guy in a mech suit against Hell's Army. And that's pretty much what it says here in the little synopsis. A hopeless hell-scorched earth, overrun with demons, is given hope when a mysterious mech emerges, laying waste to the hellspawn. So this one was actually, Teener is the boss of Bad Bug. Mike Teener actually, he was the writer on this one. So, like I said, the first 2 issues, there's yet to be, I might not have read everything, but there is yet to be a book from this publisher that I don't like. And Mike is the kind of guy who is, who's like, I want people to be brutally honest. And I've told Mike before, I was like, Mike, if you want me to tell you a book sucks, you need to write a book that sucks before I can tell you that. You have not written anything bad. There's not been a Bad Bug book that I was like, this book, I don't really care. Oh, happy birthday, Josh.
You're supposed to sing him happy birthday. I told him you would sing him happy birthday.
Okay. Hold on, y'all. I got to sing to my nephew I got to sing to our nephew real fast. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joshua. Happy birthday to you. Now go watch some Alien or some Jurassic Park, buddy.
No. He's reading his comics.
Oh, he's reading?
He's reading Marvel Zombies. The rest of the
book. Awesome.
He's getting ready for his birthday party tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, I hope you have a great day, buddy. And okay, so quick gist about his Name is Wrath from Sean. Guy in a mech suit is human savior. He watches over a small human group traveling to, I believe it's the West Gate.
Oh, by the way, thank Jessie. She talked me out of just cutting up my insides.
Okay. While trying to survive Hell's Army, it does really have awesome action scenes in it. Of course. Of course, Jesse. We missed y'all already. They came down here for Thanksgiving. We had a blast. But yeah, this is an anime. Again, I gotta say, I think Sean nailed it. I think this is prime for doing things like that. Again, this is a book that I would tell you, give it a shot. I would tell people read one of each book. Read one of each. There is bound to be something on there that is going to be like, this is right up my alley. Because that's how the writing on these books go, for me at least. Like all of them. Black Jackets, I think I've only seen panels of. I've never actually read Black Jackets, which is another like big story from Mike Teener. His Name is Wrath. I've read 2. I think I've pretty much read at least 1 issue, aside from Black Jackets, of course, of everything Bad Bug has to offer, and they've all been fantastic.
I think I have it too.
So yeah, this one, great pick from Sean. Next one, see, Sean's here. Sean, you show up and look. You know what my next little series that I want. Imaginary
Yeah.
Fiend. I just read this, and when I got to the second issue, I was like, I want this to be a show so much. So much. Like, you have this imaginary friend. Turns out imaginary friends are like ghosts or aliens or something that cling on to one kid. And we follow this girl in the past. Her imaginary friend gets her to kill her, like, one of her best friends. So she ends up in a psych ward. Well, there's Men in Black, basically like branch of the service, branch of government, I should say, that are like, yeah, imaginary friends are real, and they recruit this girl out of the asylum that she's in, and her imaginary friend comes back, and that's where I'm gonna. Whew,
That cover looks cool. Is that an Ed book?
I think it is. I think it is. It was not last week, maybe the week before that I read it for the first time, because I was just looking through stuff and I found it and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a shot. I dug it. This is a live action, very short, maybe six episode series, I think.
Limited
It's
series.
yeah. Yeah, and I would say that because it's like taking Men in Black and some other horror elements, kind of like. Did y'all ever see the movie Mama?
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Mama was by I want to say Andy Muschietti, the guy that's doing Welcome to Derry right now, and
Mm.
did the It movies. It's kind of the little girls could see Mama, but the adults couldn't.
And
Kind
I
of,
wish they'd left it that way, because when they showed Mama, it kind of ruined it.
that's true. Like, I get that.
But it's a good movie, though.
Yeah,
He wasn't the same guy that did the Flash movie, was
Yeah.
he?
yeah,
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I was about to look it up.
yeah. He did Flash. He did both
he's
the It
gonna-
movies.
And
Brave
he's
and the
supposed to do
Bold.
the Brave and the Bold, yeah.
Yep. But
Where we DCU's first look at Batman, the new Batman.
yeah, yeah. So
But
again,
they haven't even announced anything about it yet.
no, they haven't. But this is one that, even though I just read it, I was like, dude, this would make a killer, like, psychological thriller kind of show. And again, it'd be a TVMA, but I think it would only really be for violence, not so much the language. I think it would be the violence, because some of the stuff that I saw in this book.
What publisher is this, Jay?
Was this Image?
Vertigo.
No. Vertigo. So it's DC. So it's an older DC book.
Okay.
Tim Seeley, I want to say, is the writer. If that's what I think. Yeah, I think it's a Tim Seeley book too.
Oh, this might be on the DC app.
It might. It could be.
I've found some of the other alternative, like Vertigo, books on there before, so it's possible.
Mhm.
Just like the Marvel Max series, I found that on the Marvel side of that app. I was like, oh, okay, cool. These are here.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a DC Vertigo. And again, Tim Seeley, if you know Tim Seeley's writing, Hack Slash, creator of Hack Slash. So really, really dope. Next one again is it's an Ed pick, but you go ahead, Ed. You go ahead.
I just put something in my mouth, so give me a second. I didn't know you was going to the neck.
Yeah, this
Well, that's
definitely
what I
needs
like.
continuation.
Yeah,
This is a fan-damn-tastic book. It's one of the best horror comics to come out in the last 20 years. And that's saying a lot from somebody who reads a lot of horror comics. I think this would be a fantastic movie. It's a slasher type movie, but from a completely different perspective and a different angle. And it actually has a positive ending that not only will surprise you, but you'll feel good about it. It's really good. I mean, it's just, you basically have a serial killer going around, the typical tropes of teenagers at beaches and yada 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 yada. But you kind of notice right away that it's not random. Like, your Jasons and your Michaels. Well, Michael wasn't so random, but Jason was pretty random. Michael did have a reason for doing what he was doing. And so does the Harrower. And it starts out as just like a folktale kind of thing that a lot of people don't believe, but they soon believe in it. And it's totally different than any other slasher movie that I can even think of. I don't know what I would even compare it to. But he's a calculating serial killer. He has purpose. And this one's really going to throw you off. He has a conscience. And that's the surprise at the end. And I don't want to ruin it anymore for you, but fan-damtastic read. I would love to see this as a horror movie. And if they could figure out a way to do a second book of Harrower and it was just as good, I could see doing a sequel, but it could just as easily be a one-time standalone horror movie. And if they did it right, it would be fantastic.
This was around the same time of another book that's on our list. I don't want to give it away just yet, but was reading them both in stores this week. And the two books were ones that I guess all of us were so high on. And I was like, Ed, I think you'd love these two. And apparently I was right.
Yep. This was the beginning of the Ed pick thing that I would ask you every week, because you nailed those two. The one you don't want to mention yet and Harrower are two of the best. The only other one I'd throw in there in competition for top three would be The Closet for the last like 10, 15, 20 years. But if you like horror and you like different twists, the ones that we're going to talk about tonight and The Closet, check them out. I think you'll like them. Did you agree with me that this would be a good movie?
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious what your thoughts were.
For sure.
Definitely not a cartoon.
No, make this live action practical effects.
Yes,
they could do a cartoon after they did the movie.
I mean, you could, yeah. So the next one, I want to say Jenna's last pick. And this started out, I want to say that Sean picked up this first, but then Jenna loved it so much, she went and got volume 2, and I think Sean gave her volume 1 of this. This is The Wicked and the Divine. I have only read the first volume. So the basic synopsis of this is every 90 years, 12 gods incarnate as humans. I'm pretty sure that might supposed to be reincarnate. They are loved, they are hated. In 2 years, they are dead. The team behind the critically thermonuclear floor fillers, Young Avengers, and Phonogram reunite to start a new ongoing superhero fantasy. Welcome to The Wicked and the Divine, where gods are the ultimate pop stars. But remember, just because you're immortal doesn't mean you're going to live forever. And she chose this as a live action series. Again, this is one that it's so good. It's so good. It's not what you're expecting. There are some turns in it that you think you're going to predict, or at least for me, I thought I was like, oh, I see where this is headed. Nope, not at all. So again, this is one that if you're into if you're into American Gods or just think anything about that kind of mythology, I think you'd enjoy this one. Yeah, I can't say too much about this one because this is one that I don't want to spoil anything for. But there are some things that happen in this book where you don't see it coming. You don't see it coming. So this is I think this is her last pick, and I told her all three of her picks were amazing. The Wicked and Divine is a live action show. Uh, Stray Dogs is an animated movie, and then I Hate Fairyland as an animated show. So we're gonna move on because here's a book that Note picked that I was interested in reading, and then we did a review show, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna read, and I ended up reading the whole thing. I was just gonna read an issue, then I read the whole thing. Let's talk about this one, folks.
Bug War. Yeah, this needs to be James Cameron's next project. He's gone off and he's made some big alien world, so why not just stay here at home and just make a real small one? I mean, you could do it all CGI, but this one would be cool to see what they could do with new age practical effects and stuff. You know, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids kind of style, where you had the big giant ant, but it was actually a big giant puppet.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they could do it better nowadays. I'm pretty sure I just seen somebody driving a T-Rex walking the other day, so the possibilities could be endless.
Yeah.
But this story's just great. They basically moved back to an old family house that, you know, is paid off, so therefore they can live there for cheaper than what they were paying because dad's gone, and it's the reason why they're hesitant to stay in this place to begin with, because that's where dad died, and gets shrunk down to the size of a bug through some amulet he just so happens to touch, and then find out later all the ins and outs of that, but still kind of unclear. But then just gigantic war that goes on in the yard that, you know, the story's definitely not finished because it's only 6 issues in, but
Yeah.
they definitely tell you that it's not over.
Like I
Who's
said,
writing this one?
Jason Aaron,
yeah.
one of his many things going on. He had a lot of titles going on that during this time.
Yeah. I was super excited to read this, and I just putting it off for whatever reasons. When I read it that day, I cannot believe how much I like this book. Like, make all the things. I want some toys. I
Yeah.
want some figures. I want some statues. I want some games. I want some shows. I want some movies.
Oh, dude, a tabletop game for this would be so badass. Kind of like Risk style, or even, you know, adventure style
Mm-hmm.
with little figures and stuff. Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I want all the things for this. This is
Give me the things.
This is one of my favorite things Jason Aaron has done, and he's done some great stuff. But this is one of my favorite things he's done, and I cannot wait for more. I don't want to say Image would be stupid not to do more, but I'm gonna say Image would be stupid not to do more of this story. Like this is huge. This is huge, pun intended. But this would be fantastic to see.
Well, they've been doing so good with all their separate, brand new stories that they're starting off the past couple of years that I can definitely see them taking a gamble on a secondary sequel series to it.
Yeah.
Because I don't stand alone, and, you know, or we are not the only ones saying that this book was great. I know this thing was, if it wasn't on my poll, you know, I probably wasn't going to get it each week because it would have been sold out.
I couldn't agree more because I only read the synopsis of it to try to come up with a song for Nope, and I ended up reading the whole damn thing because the synopsis was so good to it. And plus, the page where his dad gets eaten just grabbed me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm reading. I'm in. I'm in.
Yes, this would definitely be a gory show, gory movie, gory whatever. But I'm 100% with you on the James Cameron thing because look what he did with Dances with Smurfs
Dances
or
with Wolves.
Dances with Smurfs.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you said Dances with Wolves too, and I'm like, what the hell does that have to do?
Dances with Smurfs or Avatar. I enjoyed the first Avatar movie, folks. I'm not gonna lie. I give it some crap about it being just like Dances with Wolves with aliens and Smurfs, but I enjoyed the first one a whole lot. The technology and the stuff that was used in that movie is fantastic, and I can only imagine him doing something like this. A Honey, I Shrunk the Kids mixed with barbarian, like warring factions, and just
kind of Game of Thrones, but
a little Game of
not
Thrones, yeah, a little bit, like a
a
little.
little bit, but not really. You
No.
know, it's more of a species thing versus a house or family.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Whereas there
For
was a
me,
lot
it
of
kind of
betrayal
reminded
in
me a
that
lot
show.
of Starship Troopers with fun little backyard instead of interplanetary.
Right.
true, yeah,
I really liked it.
yeah.
Son of the Gym.
So, what were you
Some-
saying? You want this as a movie or a cartoon, or what did you want?
Oh, definitely live action because this, you know, the art was done not cartoonish. So
Leave the CG home.
you can do it minimally, but only if it's like to clean some things up. I don't want to notice it.
Right.
yeah, I want some Lord of the Rings like orcs, like
Yeah.
that kind of utilize these makeup folks, people.
I mean,
Utilize.
the Avatar CGI wasn't bad comparatively for talking about it being everything on screen. That was well done.
Yeah,
You know, much like say Jurassic Park was, because Jurassic Park was just like wow with their damn CGI. It's just like you actually believe there was a damn dinosaur there.
well, yeah. I mean, the first Jurassic Park movie that was puppetry though and animatronics, and again, like in the later movies, yeah, I understand. In the later movies, yeah, they use CGI. Like I get that, but the first Jurassic Park movie, most of that was animatronic.
Yeah, I guess the T-Rex actually was, wasn't it? And then
Yeah,
basically the Bronchiosaurus, the long necks.
yeah. So, but I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I think, God, this would be such a good. Like, go ahead and make it a trilogy. Go ahead and do 3 movies. Just say,
Yeah.
well, here's the first movie, but just know we're already set in like a trilogy of movies. That way, you know, I think if somebody was come out and say that about certain movies, like, no, this is going to be a trilogy, 100%.
Or
That
even
would
Fast and the Furious this shit. I don't care.
get,
You know, go 10, 11, 12.
yeah, exactly. But let people know that though. Just don't be like, yeah, it's only going to be one and done. Just be like, no, no, no. This is the first in a planned set of trilogies. That way, I think people would like get on it a little bit more. They'd be like, oh shit, we're going to get 3 movies out of this. Might as
Get
well watch
down
that
on
first.
it.
I can see it. Vin Diesel calling
Calling me.
you instead of family.
Calling me. Oh goodness. Yeah, fantastic. So another AWA Upshot book, Crimson Cage, John Lee's Alex Cormack and Ashley Cormack. These folks again, I knew them from Comics Tribe. This is Macbeth with a wrestling, like set in the world of professional wrestling. This book is wild. It is wild. This would definitely just be a movie. Wouldn't need a show of this. I think everything about this book can be put into a movie, but it's literally pro wrestling Macbeth. So if you've never read Crimson Cage before, give me just a second. I will read you the synopsis. I have the book, but it's on my shelf and I'm not exactly sure where. Because
That's supposed to be blood or tentacles.
double toil and rumble. Brace yourself for a no-holds-barred reimagining of William Shakespeare's Macbeth from the critically acclaimed creators of another book that's on this list, so I'm not going to say it. New Orleans, 1984. Chuck Frenzy is the main event star of the local Louisiana pro wrestling territory, but yearns for something greater. A fateful encounter with a trio of terrifying beings in the bayou gives Chuck a glimpse of championship glory beyond his wildest dreams, if he's willing to do something terrible to achieve it. Join writer John Lees of Hotel and artist Alex Cormack, Sea of Sorrows, for a thrilling new vision of the classic. There we go. For a thrilling new vision of the classic tale of ambition and madness, starting with this special oversized first chapter. Now we have the trade of this. It's a one and done, one shot trade. But my goodness, it's so good. Like, if y'all get a chance, if you can find this somewhere, read it. Let me know what you think. I thought this was fantastic. It's, I'm not like a huge Shakespeare person, but you put John Lees on a book with that Alex Cormack art, and you make it about wrestling, I'm in. I'm sold. So yeah, this could definitely be a movie, even if it's just a streaming movie. Wouldn't have to be a theater movie, just be straight to streaming. This would be fantastic. Awesome book, and it's got that horror element to it. It's got a little.
Who would you want to be the wrestlers?
Oh man, I don't know if I would want actual wrestlers in it. Is the weird thing. I know that's weird to say, but there are a couple of people I have in mind. There's that show, The Young Rock. The guy they use. See, this is where I don't know names sometimes. The guy that played Triple H in the Young Rock series, I'd want him as the main character with dark hair. And there's like a Ric Flairish character. And funny enough, I want it to be Will Ferrell in his character from Down and Out, or Eastbound and Down. I don't know if you ever watched that show Eastbound and Down with Danny McBride. I want him to be that version of his character in this movie. So, yeah. So that's Crimson Cage, folks. That straight to streaming movie. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with straight to streaming movies. So next up.
Good stuff. This needs to be like an animated series. I would love to see this play out. These are two of the biggest coffin comic people. Started off as Chaos. Lady Death, everybody knows Lady Death. Hell Witch has a similar backstory, but Hell Witch is more fighting for Satan at the beginning. And Lady Death, if you're familiar with her, despises Satan and wants to rid Satan from existence and take over the place herself. And this is such a good story. And if they did it right, oh my goodness. They did do a Lady Death animated movie a few years ago, and it wasn't bad. But I would want to see this one be like an R-rated, for graphics and violence and just overall craziness, because man, you read this book and I guarantee you won't put it down.
I like the fact that it's subtitled Wargasm.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of on purpose.
Yeah.
Sex sells, Maginetta.
I mean, that's true, but this was one where you had said it in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So at first I was going to get a Hell Witch comic and a Lady Death comic.
No,
and
you don't need to.
Yeah, then I saw this one. I was like, well, I'll use this one.
Yep.
Because this one is exactly, and I'm going to be super honest. I don't know anything about either one of these characters. I know of Lady Death. I've never read anything. I know that there was an animated movie. Never saw it. So I'm very like Sean has some Lady Death stuff. I've never actually read any Lady Death.
Dude, that's unbelievable. I think I have everything that they've ever done.
But my list is going to take me decades to finish anyway, so this is probably going to be just another thing I add to the list.
Yeah. Well, the Hell Witch, she's a Brian Pleto character, and she's like the most powerful and the most feared of the Hellborn warriors in Coffin Comics. And they live in the supernatural world. They exist alongside with like Lady Death and Lady Muerta and
Purgatory.
Isn't
that who Dynamite has?
I don't think Purgatory is in with these folks yet. Now, back in the day when it was chaos, yes. Oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe that's what they were meeting about.
But her people were all wiped out, and it was her first steps towards rebellion, and she has a rivalry with Hell's. There's like different houses that rule the different parts of Hell, and she's determined to take them all down. And I can't tell you too much without giving too much away, but she embraces her things the four things that she embraces is rage, violence, freedom, and lust. Lust, being the fun one, obviously, of those four. But anyway, her comics are very graphic. They're not for kids. Lady Death, however, is kid friendly. You just got cleavage. Hell Witch goes way beyond cleavage. But this little crossover series that Polito did with them, it is so brilliantly done. I would love to see this be, if Coffin were to start doing their version of like DC animated movies, I would love to see this as one of them. And if you haven't seen that Lady Death movie, check it out. It's not that bad. It really isn't. Hashtag not that bad.
It's animated or live action?
It's animated. It's an animated one that came out. Just a Lady Death movie. I can't remember. I think it was like 2002 or 3 or.
I think it might be on Tubi.
2004. It's just called Lady Death.
Yeah, I think it might be on Tubi.
It's very, very good. It doesn't say. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
No, it's not on Prime, but you can buy the DVD.
Oh.
It's got to be streaming somewhere.
Shit.
It's got to be streaming somewhere.
Cool. All right. Now, here's another one. My goodness. Anybody want to guess where the
like DJ Khaled here? Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Anybody want to take a guess to what publisher this next book is from?
Bad Bug.
Good Insect.
Yeah, that's a great series.
Big time. this would be an awesome animated series.
Yep. Saturday morning cartoon, man, right here.
And technically, so far, the story is so small that it could just be a one-shot movie so far. But, like, if I was not reading this digitally, I would have ruined my comics because I was drinking coffee while reading it. And as soon as I read the first line from the Tony the Tiger character, I spit everywhere. They're okay. Lost it.
So good. So good. It's another Scott Wilkie book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Snap Crack Pop characters are little terrors. The Toucan Sam character. The Toucan Sam character, I forget his name, but it's funny because he's not a toucan. He goes calling himself something else, different kind of bird when he's really, I forget what it is.
Oh, hey, Mr. Towers, what's going on? And
Hey, Mr. Towers.
Lady Death is on Crunchyroll.
I guess it's shot like an anime, like kind of like Castlevania, Devil May Cry, which Klaus would be awesome to do in that style.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Castlevania shows
Oh,
or Devil May Cry. Do it in that
yes.
kind of style anime.
Yes.
And that'd sell.
100%.
Everybody
Now-
watch that every year at Christmas.
Now, I cannot remember. What is the detective's name again? What's his name?
B. Runch. Detective B. Runch.
That's so awesome. Yeah, there's so many awesome puns in this book.
Frank and Waffle right there.
Yeah. My goodness. So it's basically your serial mascots are like,
Real people.
yeah, your idol, your celebrities. Like your reality stars and stuff like that. And much like, most people who are good on camera, they're terrible, terrible, terrible people behind the scenes. Most of them. So yeah, 100%. I would love this animated show, animated movie, whatever. But yeah, this is prime. This is
Picture
prime.
Frank and Waffle with a voice like Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie. Butter toast.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, great pick here. Great pick. Now, the next one we got, Source Point Press is who released this first volume of this story. The second part is now a Kickstarter book, and this is No Heroin from Frank Gogol. And I know the cover that I chose is not the easiest for Ed to see. So what I did was I wanted to grab one that had the title on there, and then I have another picture here. You got a vegan cover here. So this book right here it's a vampire story, at least the first part. Drugs, vampires, punk rock. Clawing her way to her 90th day sober, Kayla sets out to find her missing friend Sid, the one person she knows who can keep her on the straight and narrow. The only problem? The gang of heroin-dealing vampires that have him. This is from Breakout 2019 writer. My goodness, let me try that again. I was trying to not just read from this, but from the breakout writer of indie hit Dead End Kids, Frank Gogol, comes a story of a young woman's recovery, journey, and one hard truth. Not everyone is cut out to be a hero.
I read Dead End Kids. That's a good book.
Yeah, Frank is awesome. Like,
is she holding like a wooden stake or a coney or a corn dog or
it's a
what
stick
the?
because I knew this one would be harder for a little bit harder for you to see.
Oh, okay.
So I got another cover just to
It kind of looked like a corn dog for a minute. I was like, what is she on?
maybe she stabbed somebody with a corn dog.
Hey, I would eat it while you work. Why not?
Yeah. This
Technically, it worked. The stick is wood.
that's true. It's very true. But this one would definitely be just a short series, live action, 4 to 5 episodes maybe. This was just a really good book, and it's not only that the book was great, but at the end of it, Frank puts in a little personal blurb about his life and what got him and what inspired him to write this story, and that's the part that really gut punches me. Uh, it's it made me. I had a newfound respect for Frank after I read this. It's so good. I'm so glad that he's coming back. He stepped away from comics for a bit and came back with No Heroine Part 2, and then Part 2 is great because it kind of switches from vampires and goes to a different monster, different kind of force that Kayla, the main character, has to be up against. And I think it's a great humanizing story of trying to stay sober and not being afraid once you are sober to ask for help if you think you could end up slipping back. So again, to me, this was a fantastic story. Can't wait for more of it. And again, I think this would be a very, very good 4 to 5 episode series. All right. The cut. Oh shoot. Hold on, Sean. This is the metal variant, is all it says. So this is the metal variant to issue 1. Next one, I'm really excited. And once again, I want Ed to talk about this one. Because I've talked about this one to death.
Oh, jeez. Such a good book. This, I think you would pretty much have to do as an animated series. I don't know if you could do it as a real life series. Maybe you could. But basically a bunch of monsters that are serial killers of all fun kinds and sizes.
Oh, hold on.
Live in this community where, shit happens. And it's just crazy from beginning to end, but such great writing. And they've even continued it. They've got a second volume called Cul-de-sac. And basically they all live in this little neighborhood, and it's hilarious because they talk to each other like Leave It to Beaver. And then all of a sudden it's Lever with Cleaver because they're like cutting people up and talking about killing people. And it's just so nonchalant how they do it. It's a great mix of comedy, gore, and some, I don't know if I'd call it horror more than, it's not scary, but, he's hacking people up, killing people, murderers. They're all murderers. That's why they're there.
Yeah.
And it's just brilliant how they blend in the humor and they link the characters together. And this is the one where the old lady there reminds me a lot of the Grandma Chainsaw. And the killers have some of the most absolute amazing names, some of which can't be said in public, but others that can. And it's just a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, for me, man, this was one of the books that when we got to the second issue, everybody on the show liked it. Well, I mean, we loved it, but I didn't want to speak for everybody saying they all loved it, but I know at least everyone on in stores this week liked it. And we all thought the same thing. This could be a TV show. This could. Like,
shot like a reality show.
Almost. Like I think what's in the shadows style.
Oh, so
Kinda
you're
like
thinking
that.
live action?
Yeah,
Okay.
Live action mockumentary style.
yeah. Like what we do in the shadows. Do it like that.
Okay, I could see that.
A little mix of there was a show that NBC had that got canceled prematurely after 2 seasons called The Neighbors. And what it was is it was this neighborhood of aliens, and two of the aliens are one of the family of aliens leaves, and a regular normal family moves into the neighborhood, and they all have names like Larry Bird or Jackie Joyner Kersey. Like they all have star names.
Uh-huh.
Like one of the aliens, his brother's name there is DJ Jazzy Jeff. It was a funny show. They broke the fourth wall a lot in it. They did dishes like instead of washing them, they would just drop them out the window. Like it was a really funny show, but something along the lines of that kind of style of
The only thing is though is with all the killers, man, it would be hard to cast them all and to get them right. That's why
I'll be right back.
That's why I was kind of leaning more towards adult animated. But if you think you could cast them and get everybody to work well together, then yeah, it'd be a fun series. I got to ask you though, which of the Wilmhurst residents are you, Jay? What one do you relate with the most?
I think I'm kind of, and we'll call him F Master.
You stole mine.
Because I'm very subdued, kind of like he is for the most part, until something of his gets really messed up, and he decides, okay, I'm done being normalist, normal-ish, and just goes crazy.
Well, this person was never at Wilmhurst because Wilmhurst doesn't exist anymore. But if you're going to take that one, then I would call myself the calendar. I can't remember his name.
Yes.
The calendar killer or the
Yes.
holiday killer or whatever is. That would be me for sure because I'm all about the holidays and everybody knows how much I love certain holidays and that would be me then for sure. But he wasn't really a Wilmhurst. He was in Cul-de-sac, right? Yeah. He wasn't in the first one, right? Am I alone?
No, I'm right here.
Oh,
I'm trying to think.
Okay. I don't think he was in Where Monsters Lie. I think he was in Cul-de-sac, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I really don't remember now. What they're all great characters, even when they drop some of them for reasons.
Yep.
And they get to the second story, the characters that they bring in to replace are great. I can't wait to see because the third story actually went to Kickstarter. I backed it. I can't wait to see who they bring in for this one. I'm hoping this might be it says it's basically the final chapter, so we'll see.
All right.
We'll see. So, going from one end to the other, I got Sync. This is from Comics Tribe, and lo and behold, John Lee's Alex Cormack. This is a series of horror anthologies that again tie together all in this town in little town called Sink Hill. The blue van is actually full of these murderous clowns that kidnap people and kind of in a Hellraiser way turn them into clowns. Turn the people they kidnap into clowns by giving them noses that have spikes, so it spikes onto their nose, and there's different stories within it, all very well written. Some of them are funny in horror, like horror comedy. And then some of them are just straight up, kind of horrifying. And they all tie together in this town. There's 3 volumes, maybe 4, and then a bunch of spin-off ones. Again, John Lees is a fantastic horror writer. He knows how to write these anthologies, and none of the stories feel like they're forcibly put together. Like they had to do something to make sure that this ties. It all flows very organically. And
my favorite one, I think, was I think it was issue 6, where the woman wakes up in the back of the blue van surrounded by the clowns.
mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that one. That's
Yeah.
so good.
It also gave me one of my favorite. See, here's what Comics Tribe has done for me. Comics Tribe has given me my favorite comic, which I'll talk about that a little bit later. My favorite comic, as in like out of everything, it's a story that I put on par with every big story from the big 2 that you can come up with. I put this particular book on the same shelf with those stories. I'm
Nice.
talking Kingdom Come, Marvel's, Civil War, all those big books. Yeah,
Nice.
that one goes up there. They've also given me one of my favorite villains in Oxymoron, who is like, if the Joker killed his Batman and was also like a cannibal. And one of my favorite kind of anti-heroes in a character called Mr. Dig, that is a guy in a fox mask, and his weapon of choice is a shovel.
Nice.
And Mr. Dig is awesome. He is like this universe's, or this, not even universe, that wasn't the right word, but he's this company's like Punisher almost.
Mm-hmm.
But this would be an anthology series, much like American Horror Story, kind of in that vein. But I would want to mix in certain episodes would be animated. I'd want that mix of some live action episodes with some animated episodes.
Hey, why not, man? Why not?
So again, tremendous book. And this is where you find out, and I probably won't go through the entire list because I had so many on here, folks. I had to make a slideshow on top of what we have in here. I think I might save those. I think I might skip around because the next 3 on this list are all from me. Another one in the Swookie Way Galaxy, Frost. Now, I chose this, but Sean was the first one after he read it. He has this thing live action cast. He says I think he said he doesn't remember most of it now, but I think if he took a little bit of time, he would. But Sean cast this whole thing.
Who do you have as Frost?
That's what I don't remember. I don't remember who he cast.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember who he cast. I just remember him telling me, he's like, dude, I already cast this whole thing. I remember at the time agreeing with him, but this is a really cool book. This is part of that Periwinkle saga.
Oh, okay.
This is the 3rd book. It's all trickled down from Periwinkle.
Uh-huh.
Like, we've already told people that Santa's gone. Well, Santa was kind of a big dude in this world. So his death trickled down to these other stories. Because it's mentioned in Cupid.
Yep.
It's mentioned in here.
Yep.
And at the end of this one, it kind of ties it back to Cupid.
Yep.
But yeah, this is definitely a live action movie. It'd be the Periwinkle Swookie Way Galaxy trilogy. Again, it could be live action or animated because I think Periwinkle should stay animated. This one, though, I think with getting back with Sean, we'll figure it out again. I think his idea for the live action of this worked really well.
Frost's dad is Old Man Winter, right?
Yep. His dad is Old Man Winter. Now that there's no more Santa, he's thinking he's going to make a play. There's all these other, families.
This one's story kind of gave me like a Godfather vibe to it.
Yeah, because Frost feels like an enforcer for his dad.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, he feels like he's the enforcer for his dad.
Yeah.
And just some of the coolest kills I've ever seen with ice weapons.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like the kills in this one are great. Some of the puns are pretty damn funny. Some of the people that he works with or kind of collaborates with.
To be honest, the kills in the whole Periwinkle trilogy so far have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Whether they're using sleigh blades or Cupid's arrows. I mean, some of those arrow shots from Cupid, they were just so unbelievable. Like knocking an eye out and having to hang out the back. And
Yes.
fantastic stuff.
Yeah. This one, it leaves on a little bit of a cliffhanger when it gets towards the end. And to me, it's the perfect tie-in to one of the other series. And all of these exist. It started with Periwinkle, Cupid, Frost, then we're going to have O'Hare, then there's going to be other folks tied into this. So Scott's doing fantastic work with this holiday Periwinkle Saga, Swookie Way Galaxy. This stuff is fun. It's, a lot of it isn't like stuff that we've never ever seen before, but it's done in a way to where it doesn't feel like exactly like stuff you've seen before.
It doesn't feel contrived.
There you go. Yeah.
It's similar and familiar, but it's completely different.
There you go. That perfect way to say it. But yeah, this is another one. Like people are like, man, you just love everything to do. Well, I do because I enjoy everything I've read.
Yeah.
Again, if they ever make a bad book, I'll flat out say it wasn't for me. But so far, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, Scott and gang.
Yep. Next one I got, Hack Slash. I love this series so much. This thing has been stuck in development hell for I don't know how long.
Oh, that's actually been considered already?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been stuck. Like there was somebody that wanted to get Danielle Harris for Cassie Hack. There was at one time Megan Fox was attached to the thing.
Hello.
There's somebody did a stage play of Hack Slash. I can't remember where exactly it was. I just know I've seen it. There is a YouTube fan film. I want to say it's like Ash versus the Evil Dead versus the DC Universe. I want to say, and it has Cassie Hack cast in it. It's one of the, I can't remember. Like it's got a really long title, but it's like a fan film. But it's basically has to do with DC, like zombies in the DC universe. It's really fun. Like it's a really fun watch. But just like with Gears, I wish they wouldn't make Gears of War a movie first. I wish they'd do a series first. This is prime for it. Has had Hack Slash has had so many crossovers with, I mean, you name it. I'm pretty sure there was a Freddy one. I know there was an Ash one. There was a Crow. There was Chucky from Child's Play. There was the doctor from Reanimator. I never remembered. It's Jeffrey Combs, but I can't remember the Herbert West. No. Anyway, it's the doctor from Reanimator. They've crossed over. They've crossed over with real life stuff to where they went to a con and some artists and writers were killed. Like this thing is primed that if you did a show.
Who's the Pumpkinhead person?
That is Sam Hine.
Oh,
I
okay,
think-
Sam Hain.
Yeah, Sam Hain. Um, like this is a show that if they could get licenses of certain characters, you could have this show crossover. Like there's so many possibilities, and that's why I'd want it to be a show because Cassie and Vlad, who is the big dude on the cover with her, they fight these things known as remnants or revenants. I cannot remember, but they're basically there's either serial killers or killers who have been killed and have come back to life.
Huh.
And Vlad was one of these, kind of, but was raised, like, was found and raised by a good man, a good person. So, at first, Cassie thinks he's a slasher, and that's how they meet, is because, she goes to take care of him, and they end up teaming up. Vlad is such an awesome character. I love the dude so much, and I don't know if anyone has seen the I think Creed 3 and the Borderlands movie. There's a guy in there. I think his name is Florian Montagu. I think he'd be perfect for Vlad. Like Cassie, I've done the fan casting of this one on the. If you
This
look
is
into
one
it-
of your favorite series, right? Hack
Oh
Slash?
yes, Hack Slash is one of my favorites. Like even if they don't cross over with famous characters, just the stories themselves are great. Cassie is kind of a final girl in her own right. Her mother ends up being a serial killer. She worked at the school that Cassie did, and the children that picked on Cassie, her mom killed them. And then she comes back as a remnant, a revenant, and Cassie has to be the one that ends her. So that's when she takes up the cause of finding slashers and all these other folks. Like this would be a tremendous TV show. It kind of reminds me if Supernatural, if streaming was this big when Supernatural first came out, it'd be kind of that. It'd be the monster of the week kind of show.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah, but this is one of my favorite things. If you've never read Hack Slash, it started out at Devil's Due Publishing, and then was taken over by Image. So I think we got the first or second omnibus, and then we got a bunch of like different, one-off trades and stuff of it. Sean.
So is Hack and Slash character names?
So you have Cassie Hack, but Vlad's name is just Vlad.
Okay.
So just Hack Slash is like they end up calling the company they form Hack Slash Incorporated.
And
So-
they go around killing killers, you said?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yep.
I could see where that would be a cool streaming series.
Oh yeah. Like I said, the crossovers they do, it's like, even if they got not legally characters, would be a ton of fun. Like I've looked up before how many, like Hack Slash is one of those comics that has crossed over with so much stuff. It's almost like Turtles at this point. Like
Right.
there's a lot of things.
Now that you said that, I think the Turtles crossed over with Hack Slash.
They probably did. Hack Slash Evil Ernie.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a fun read. So yeah, this one would definitely be a streaming thing that would be seasons upon seasons if they could do it right. Like I have no hope anymore for this being a movie. It's just, again, it's been stuck in development hell for so long. So I just, if nothing else, just let me have a TV show. If I'm not going to get a movie, even if it's only a season long, I would just love to see something with this property. So last one I have on this list is Scam. This is another Comics Tribe book, and the best way I can explain this one is X-Men meets Ocean's 11? What if you had superpowers in Vegas? This one could be cartoon, live action. It could be a movie. It could be a movie because again, that element of Ocean's 11, how they tie everything up in the span of that, that runtime, could be the exact same thing. There is a character in this book that is one of my favorites. His name is Pint. And the thing about Pint is his power is the drunker he gets, the stronger he gets. He's like this rail thin dude, but it's literally the more he drinks, the stronger he gets. He's such a fun character. There's a lot of double crossing in this book, but this right here, this would make a terrific movie. And like I said, if you're a fan of things like Ocean's 11, this book is right up your alley. Lots and twists and turns, lots of here's the con. Fantastic series, would make a fantastic movie. So not a whole lot to say on that one.
On what publisher is this?
This is Comics Tribe.
Comics Tribe.
Yep. So I'm going to show off. I'm going to kind of speed run through these because, again, the rest of these are mine. So I'm going to speed run through some of these. Let me make this bigger. There we go. So, Ninjak. As most people know, I am a big fan of the Valiant universe. I understand right now, especially the last couple of years, Valiant hasn't really been too many people's cup of tea because once you start getting into their stuff, they reboot, they're bought out by somebody. But my favorite era of Valiant was the 2012 to 2017 era. That's where I thought they put out most of the best work. Aside from some of the newer stuff like Bloodshot Unleashed and things like that.
I'm sorry if I've asked you this before, but have you heard anything more about that zombie book that they were going to do for Free Comic Book Day?
Nope.
Is it still coming?
I don't think so.
God, it sucks, man, because you've been yipping about Valiant ever since I've known you, and I've never read a Valiant book, and they finally had a horror. And that was the number one book I was looking forward to, just to get, dive into the world of Valiant.
Yeah, that was their first time they were going to do anything with zombies.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it. It looked good.
Yeah, outside of their
do you remember what that was called? I'll jump on lead. I don't remember what it was called.
No. Valiant Universe Zombies, I can't remember. Valiant Resurgence, I can't remember. But Ninjak, picture British Batman with cooler tech. I've always wanted to see this done. Like there was a web series that was Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe, where even it being a web series had the greatest on-screen costume I had seen for like a TV web series. They nailed the Ninjak costume. And the guy that got to play him, Michael Rowe, was actually Deadshot in the Arrowverse. I thought he did a great job as Ninjak, except for not being British. I always pictured Scott Adkins. If I can't get Scott Adkins as Batman, I'd love him as Ninjak. So, yeah, this would be a movie.
Valiant Zombies Resurrection.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, have heard nothing else about it. Cold Dead Hands. This is by Garrett Gunn. This is an assassin who's not very good at what he does. Gets his hands chopped off, and the hands of a recently deceased master killer attaches themselves to him. So then he becomes like this great assassin. It's been a while since I read the book, folks. Just know the book is great. It's Garrett Gunn. This could be animated. This could 100% be animated. Doesn't have to be live action. If they did live action, cool. Animated, cool. But that's kind of how I feel about a lot of Garrett stuff. And I do have a bunch of his stuff on here too. This is Epic. This is another Comic Tribe book. This is a teenager who gets powers after an accident in a friend's lab, and his only weakness is pretty girls. So he loses his powers around pretty girls. So it's a fun read. This one could definitely be Invincible, Invincible animation style. Again, just it's a fun story. They're bringing it back eventually. I can't wait. I had a really good time reading this first series. Speaking of Garrett Gunn, we got Good Boy. This is
great.
Garrett Gunn, Dr. Christina Blanche, Kit Wallace, and Dave Lentz. For fans of John Wick, if you ever wanted a story where John is the one who died and the dog lived, that's what this is. This is a world where animals and people are on the same level with each other. They're partners.
Mm-hmm.
This book is John Wick turned up to like 30, though. The violence and the gore is much more in this. Some of it a little cartoonish, but fantastic. This would make a great cartoon. At one point, this was going to be an 8-bit game. There was a Kickstarter for it years ago now. I can't remember. We got to see a little bit of it at Dallas Fan Expo when we went and saw Garrett and Source Point. They had a little clip of it playing at their table. They ended up canceling that Kickstarter because they wanted to go back and work the game. Hopefully something like that's still coming out, because the trailer for it looked awesome. It was just a little 8-bit game, super fun. But I want this as an animated series. Good Boy is one of my favorite things from Garrett, and I have so many of those from him. Next up, we got Cupid. We talked about the other two. We got to talk about Cupid. Just, I can't even explain, y'all. Like this to me is animated 100%. I think Frost for me so far is the only one that I think live action could work for. Cupid and Periwinkle I think they have to stay animated.
And Cupid picks up where Periwinkle leaves off with the death of Santa and Periwinkle taking out Krampus, and it's basically a world where love doesn't exist anymore. So Cupid's kind of become a bum in a bar because he doesn't have anything really to do, and his special formula that makes people fall in love with each other, he used the last of it on this gal and it didn't work, or so you think. And that's kind of what the premise is, and it's cool. And again, some amazing art in this book, and some really fun things are done with arrows and behinds and eyeballs and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, I want to say Arturo Mesa.
Yeah.
I want to say it's Arturo. He is the artist on I think he was also the artist on Frost, but I think so far he's done Periwinkle in this one. So
yeah, and the Tooth Fairy in this is epic.
Oh, the Tooth Fairy. And here's what I'll say. My favorite character, especially at the end, was the Boogeyman.
Yeah.
I definitely won't spoil that for nobody, but Boogeyman was dope.
Boogeyman was awesome.
Well, yeah.
The best part about the Boogeyman is that he could never be bothered, but then when he gets it upon himself, he goes all in.
Yes.
All in.
Like I said, so far for me, Frost is the only one I could see them doing live action. I think the other two animated would work best. But I need Sean to remember his cast list. So next up, Pocus Hocus.
Oh, I hate it when you say that.
I talked about. I can't hear it the regular way now. I told you that.
This is good.
This was my first Bad Bug experience. So Dave Lentz, who does a ton of lettering, fantastic letterer. He's the person that got me to notice letterers, right? he sent me this list of all these Kickstarters he'd been working on. We met him through Garrett. But I saw this one and it caught my eye. Went on to the Kickstarter page, backed the first book. Mine, and well, some other people too, the ones who backed the first campaign, we have an error cover. Because on my cover, where you see Pocus's hair, there's a streak on my cover of like neon green because they were going to put neon green in his hair. They were supposed to take it out and they missed this one strand. So Alan's like, well, you got an error cover that not a whole lot of people have. We have basically this whole series. We have the trades for it. This one is so fun. I want it to be animated. I think that was the goal that Alan and Will said they wanted for this. This is basically elevator pitch. Pocus Hocus is about a magician who sells his soul to a demon for actual magical powers. He does this to impress his father, who dies before Pocus's first show. After a little while, he becomes jaded and decides, I'm going to go get my soul back from the demon, only to find out that the demon has lost his soul in a card game. Now, the cool thing about Pocus, that's not cool for everyone, though, is the story is mainly black and white until it comes to the magic.
Rude.
I know. Once they travel to hell, though, all the demons are in color. So there's also a spin-off of this because he has a bunny named Horace, who is actually a general in hell.
He's a bunny named Horse.
Horace.
Oh, Horace.
Yeah.
I thought you said a bunny named Horse.
No.
Like,
bunny,
okay.
a bunny named Horace who has his own spin-off comic called Horace in Hell.
Oh, yeah. I've heard you and Nope talk about that one.
Yep. We're getting that one in pretty soon. I got to talk to the creators of that one, which is Alan. We're going to be getting that in pretty soon. Hopefully I have an unboxing of that in the near future. But yeah, this book, like, this was my first love. And the funny thing is, Sean was looking through Kickstarter one day and found Midnight Highway. Found out that these two were kind of doing a cross promotion thing. Well, not only were they doing a cross promotion, they were friends with each other. They knew each other, and they worked together. So Sean and I were like, "Oh, cool!" So we found friends without them knowing without us knowing they were friends, and they knew each other. Like, because there's some people that share campaigns and they don't really know the other team they're sharing. They're just like, "I'll share yours, you share mine," kind of thing. But this would be a fantastic series, cartoon. Or animated, I should say, series. Just the jokes in here land for me. There's a lot of jokes. There's a butler in here that I think sometimes is 2 steps away from saying, "Please, Daddy, hurt me more." And his name's Ivan. I want to say the butler's name is Ivan. Ivan is like one of my favorite characters. Just some of the things he says is wild. But this is a fantastic, fantastic story, ripe for doing an animated show about. Now we got Warcorns. Combat Unicorn for Hire. This is another Garrett Gunn book. Now, this is not how I first was introduced to Warcorns. This came after. Now, I can't remember exactly what the one Jenna got was, but it said Warcorns. But it was kind of a little part of another series that Garrett does called, I think I put it, Franklin and Ghost. So it was Warcorns, but they showed up with these characters in the book as well. So it was like a little bit of a crossover. That was my first thing I ever read from Garrett, and been in love with his stuff ever since. Garrett is a tremendous, tremendous writer, great person. He's one of those dudes that he may not get to me right away, but I can always ask him a question or say something. He gets back with me. Great dude. And the funny thing about Franklin and Ghost is this is something that has kind of been in the works to be animated, like an animated show for a long time, with Billy Bob Thornton attached to it.
Oh no, I'm in if it's Billy Bob.
This one's hard to find.
It is. It really is.
I've tried to find the back issues on this, and
well, if I'm hearing Dirk correctly, Source Point Press is about to start re-releasing some of this stuff. It sounds like he puts that thing in a blender every time.
Right, or in a bag of chips after he emptied it.
Yeah. But yeah, if I remember what Dirk was saying, Dirk Manning, I think he said they were going to start releasing some older Source Point stuff, but don't quote me.
Yeah, and it could have been too Diamond, because I'm pretty sure I was trying to order this to previews right as it was getting towards the end of Diamond. So fulfilling those was probably the difficult part while they showed available. Diamond actually getting those people wasn't fun.
Yes. And I just said something about Dirk, and now I'm trying to. I want to say he's got a Kickstarter going right now for his book, Tales of Mystery, and I don't think I grabbed the link. So it's got 5 days to go.
Mr.
Yes, Mr. Ree.
Okay.
Yeah. Tales of Mr. Ree, Volume 6, Blood for Blood is what it's called. I'm going to drop that link in the chat here. Copy. Come on. There we go. Got 5 days left. It's already like 160 something % funded, so you'll get a copy of it. We have the leather-bound like omnibus, and I think I got volume 5 around here somewhere. Pretty good stories. Pretty good. Like, not exactly horror, more supernatural feeling, but again, I haven't read everything, so I might not have gotten to the horror stuff yet. But good story. Dirk's a good dude, great writer. Okay, so here is the book I was talking about earlier when I said I put this up against Kingdom Come, against any other big story. This is my favorite comic. Yes, that's even above Superman. Though the standard is kind of Superman adjacent. This is the story of an aging superhero who comes out of retirement after his ward, who took over the mantle, is murdered. And this story is twisty, turny. You think somebody's bad, but they're not. Some you think you're bad, and they end up being bad. Like, it's such a great story. I've read this thing so many times. The twist in it still gets me. There's a character in here that's like an anti-hero named the Corpse, who, after reading him in this story, and then finding out that the book, or the collected edition that I have, has an extra part to finish his story, I want more of this character. And I don't want to spoil that character for anyone. I think I did a video way back in the Triangle of Truth days. I did a Hydra cut of the review for this book, but I did another like question of the week, is kind of a series we used to have video wise back in those days, where it was like secondary characters in comics that you'd want to see get their own series. Corpse was definitely one of them. So this book, I love it. I love it. I try to, if people can find it, please read it, because I want to know if anybody else likes this book as much as I do. It's fantastic. Again, though, John Lee's. It's a John Lee's written book, so this is movie. This is movie, but I think I would have to do a Marvel like movie with it. It would have to be that maybe 3 hour mark, 2.5, 2 hours 45, something like that. There's a lot of stuff in it, but this is just the book is called The Standard, and it kind of set the standard for me. So, Immortal Era. This one could be a TV show. I think I'd want to keep it animated. This is by good friend Edward Davis, who for the first time not that long ago finally had him on the show. We had a great time with him. So what this book is, we see a future where nobody dies. And to backtrack a little bit, what happens is somebody kills death. On New Year's in the 2000s, somebody kills death. So at that point, nobody can die. And that means you could be a severed head, you could be shot, you could have some kind of illness, you will not die. You will just be in that pain for forever. And the folks we see on the cover here, they're like 100 or 200 years in the future. I cannot remember. Ed told me so many times, but I can't remember. And we basically see a world of what happens when people can't die. Resources are limited. People start cannibalizing each other. All these weird factions. The world's getting crowded. You name it. I think this is a very good twist on not just an apocalypse story. It's got a little bit of a zombie feel to it, but people aren't actually zombies. They just can't die. So I think this would be a fun animated series. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't. Finish Line Comics does that one. Let's see. Do I have any more? Yep. Bobby Joe and the Appalachian Alien Apocalypse. This can be animated or live action, but this should be a series. This is 1970s kind of style. Bobby Joe hunts aliens, and there's a lot of them. And she's got a little alien dog named Merle, and I love him. This book is a ton of fun. It's another Scott book. Doesn't really tie in to the other stuff, which is fine, which is totally fine. Murder Mary kind of
is this one of your midnight books?
It could be. I don't remember it being like necessarily spicy, but it's been a while since I've cracked it open. I think I only got the first 2 issues of it. I think it might be a midnight book. Might have been I got this before they had the midnight logo. But this is a super fun book. It's a girl in the Appalachian Mountains hunting aliens. Like it's fantastic. Again, folks, if you go to I know we're streaming on both channels. If you go to the Hydra Asylum channel and look up Bobby Joe, you'll see my reviews of the first 2 issues. Animated, like I said, animated series would work. Live action would be tough, but they'd have to find somebody very special to play Bobby Joe. But this is a fantastic read, though. This is a fantastic read. Very fun book. Yeah. Nailbiter from Image.
That's such a good book.
My goodness, I want this so bad. I want this as a series because I want to meet all the Buckaroo Butchers. It's about a town that has like the most serial killers ever to come out of it. And there's a FBI agent or some kind of specialist that goes to this town to look for one of his agent friends that has been disappeared. They kind of find what's left of him. There's a new killer that appears. And you have this other killer called the Nail Biter, who becomes one of those helps the police solve a murder kind of
Edward
thing.
Warren.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah, I
name.
do remember some of that.
Well, Edward. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Well, that's true. That's true. But yes, folks, the reason it's called Nail Biter because when he, like, after the dude would bite other people's nails.
Yeah, he'd kidnap people and he'd bite their nails and he'd chew their fingers like down to their bones. Good stuff.
Yeah, he's one of those characters you're supposed to not like him.
But kind of like Negan, he grows on you.
He does. He does. He grows on you. And I think the funniest thing is, I won't say which one, but there's a writer, a real life writer, that gets killed in one of these books. And I just thought that was just a fun thing to do. I thought that was so fun, very meta, very fourth wall breaking. I thought it was fun. But these books, I think we have 3 volumes of this, and there's like 6 or 7 plus they started with Nailbiter Returns. But this is a fantastic story. This would have to be a series. I need this to be live action.
Isn't that set in something like Buckaroo, Oregon, too, or something really weird like that?
Yeah, because they call the killers the Buckaroo Killers.
Yeah, the Buckaroos.
Yeah, but this would be a fantastic show.
The Buckaroo Butchers.
Buckaroo Butchers. There you go.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, but this
and that Edward Warren was like the most disturbing of them all.
Yes.
And that's where he got the nickname Nailbiter.
Yes.
It's a good read, folks. It really is, and it would be fun to watch it as a show.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think about the nail biting scene, and the reason I thought about this live action, and I won't tell you where or when it happens, but wait till you watch it. When you eventually watch the first It, you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, TV show all the way. Let's do it.
Now, when you say the first It, you're talking about the remake, right?
Yes. Now, these last 2 are kind of all-encompassing. I know I said Ninjak, but I just want the Valiant universe to take off. Like, we enjoyed the Bloodshot movie. Was Vin Diesel the person I thought about when I thought about Bloodshot? Absolutely not. But we enjoyed it for what it was. But the good thing about Valiant and about Bloodshot is there's more than one Bloodshot. I think they should try again with Bloodshot. And I think they should go the Bloodshot Unleashed route. Different actor, make it how that story was. And then bring on the other characters. There were so many things that were supposed to happen with Valiant. You know, Valiant was, they owned all their people, blah, blah, blah. Right before movies and stuff started happening, properties were sold. There was somebody and some folks that were supposed to show up at the end of that Bloodshot movie that couldn't because it was sold before it happened. I want them to scrap that, start over. This could be a great other comic like world to build. So many great characters, but we'll just have to see. Still mad I never got my Quantum and Woody show that I was supposed to be getting from the Russos. It was supposed to be on TBS because Quantum and Woody are next to Archer and Armstrong. Quantum and Woody are my favorite duo. They are so fun, so funny. The books are so great. And that means I got one left on here. Ghost Machine. I know we're getting Redcoat, but give me all the Ghost Machine. Movies, TV shows, give it all to me. Because all of these books, at least the 1 to 2 issues I've read, have all been fantastic. We are
There's already so much there.
yes, and we're in
like
such a place right now with comics. At least with DC and Image, I feel we're in such an awesome place when it comes to comic books. Like absolute stuff, all that. Pop back up here. So that is actually the end of my list. I didn't think I was actually going to get through it, but I went ahead. Like there were so many, I had to literally make a slide deck for the rest of them. So I did not ask people
and that
for numbers.
starts now.
Yeah. I didn't ask people for numbers, so we're just going to do a random one after I talk about the book that was on the list. Got it? All right. Blade from 2002. This was a Max series, 6 issues. This is by Christopher Hines and Steve Pugh. This is the first Blade thing I've ever read. I had this on the list because I was like, you know what? I've never read any Blade. I love the Blade movies. I love the Blade character. Let me find something. I said, well, here's a Max one. Okay, I'll add that one to the list. So I only got to 2 issues of it, but I am going to finish. I am going to finish this one. I'm still reading Firepower. We'll talk about that one in a second too, but let me go in and tell you a little bit about this one. So we open this one up with a woman being targeted. Let me expand that so you can see the pictures a little better. I'm going to have to do that every time. I keep forgetting to do this. She's being targeted by a group of vampires, but before they can harm her, they're wiped out, right? But not by Blade. Whatever is chasing them, it's another class of vampire called a Trick, Tryk. So I just pronounced it Trick. Again, I've only read, the 1 or 2 issues so far, but there's no Whistler in this either. Instead, it's an older woman who, along with her husband, Caesar, they're the ones that help with recon and info. While a guy named Fofo, I think that's how, I almost thought it was, FOFA, but it was Fofo, makes all the tech, which you saw from one of these. Which one was it? So right here, this like screw dagger thingy right here.
Sonic screwdriver.
Yeah. Drill though, more like it. But so Blade not only has to deal with regular vampires, now he has these trick things, a possible love interest, and this group of humans called the Seven. And yeah, I understand you hear the Seven, the first thing you think out about usually is the boys, but these are like...
Is the old lady the love interest?
No. Maybe. No. That's just somebody who helps them out. I can't remember. The love interest is actually...
And
I didn't get a good pick. The woman right here. Her name is Susan.
Now if Whistler, if that's Whistler's name, what's her name? Hummer?
Okay. It's Rosa.
You are what you do, right?
Her name is Rosa.
Her name was Rosa. She was a showgirl. So
So, jeez. So the seven are they're a group of humans trying to keep the balance between vamps, these tricks, and humans by saying this is kind of saying keep the vampires from completely destroying humans to keep that equal. It's like called the vampiric equilibrium. And tricks are what hunt. They hunt. They also hunt vampires. So they're trying to keep them under control, or they'll totally wipe out the vampires. Which I don't know why that sounds like that'd be a bad thing, but apparently to them it is. So now, on top of all this, they have Blade on their radar. So they're not the only ones, though, because there's a trick queen who has plans of her own for Blade. Now, I've been fortunate so far, folks, that the books on the list that I was interested in reading, they've all been pretty solid. Like all of them have been pretty solid. I've enjoyed, maybe some more than others, but they've all been enjoyable. So I've been really fortunate with that. I'm looking forward to finishing this one in Firepower. I still have a couple more to go on Firepower because Firepower is 31 issues. So, looking forward to finishing Firepower. And I think, even though I didn't put it on the list till I was almost done with the list, I think Firepower would also make a great show with Louis Tan as the title character. Like, Louis Tan was in the newer Mortal Kombat movie. He was in the first season of Iron Fist. He was the drunken fighter that Iron Fist fights. Again, this series right here gets a dope so far from me. Like, I've really, really enjoyed it. So, can't wait to finish it. And with that being said, we're going to go through. And again, I know I didn't do the right thing and ask everybody for numbers, but I'm going to go ahead and spin, and I'm going to pick the numbers for you.
You can go with the first number and their name.
Oh, that's actually pretty smart. I say actually like you don't have good ideas or something. All right, we're going to spin and see who this is going to be. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll be Sean or something. Oh, it's going to be Corey. Very nice. So 3. ABC, right?
Well,
all right, so let me just go ahead and share my screen, share the books to read. List is getting smaller.
paper
1,
girls.
2, 3. Let's see what we got.
Damn you.
You know what's really funny? Department of Truth. You know what's really funny? You see what's right across from it, don't you?
Yeah.
It's eventually going to get to Paper Girls, man. It's eventually going to get there.
You have it rigged.
Yeah, that's what I do. I rigged everything. So yeah,
Kat, if it was me giving you the advice, I would say to do Periwinkle. Give that one a look, and if you like it, go on to Cupid because it's the time of year with the holidays, and the books are based on the holidays. So that's what I'd recommend, Kat. I'd start with Periwinkle.
Yeah, that's a good call. Well, I mean, it's also the start of the thing, so
Right.
Yep. Good.
But it's a good one to get introduced to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun to read this time of year.
Yeah. And even though it wasn't on the list here, I would also suggest to see if you can find Klaus from Boom Studios.
Klaus.
Yeah. fantastic Santa Claus story.
Mm-hmm. Like a Santa Claus Origins.
And if you want a movie, watch Fat Man.
Yeah, I still need to watch that, man. It's
That
been
is so damn good.
okay.
Tis
Well,
the season. Did either one of you guys ever see the Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell?
Oh yeah,
Netflix.
I think we
Those are
talked
good.
about.
it's excellent.
Is
I
it?
think we talked about
I'll
that.
check it out.
Same. Like usually for Christmas, it's Scrooge, A Christmas Story, Klaus, the
Yep.
cartoon Klaus. That has no relation to the book whatsoever. It's
Right.
just a really great Jason Schwartzman. Is that his name? Jason Schwartzman?
Does the voice, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the voice
Sounds
of the main
right.
character.
I think so.
It's
Schwartzman.
got the late Norm Macdonald in it. Joan Cusack is in it. It's a fun Christmas movie. And J.K. Simmons is Santa Claus, which that's the second time he's played Santa Claus, or the first time, and then the second time was live action Red One.
Did you say Jason Schwartzman?
Yes,
Yep, that's it.
it was in. Okay, yeah, he's fantastic in Klaus. Klaus is a makes you cry kind of movie near the end.
Travis
But
Willingham's in it too.
Travis.
Isn't Jude Law the Nightmare guy? Or am I thinking? I'm thinking the
thinking
Guardians
Guardians?
movie, isn't it? Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
fucking Guardians.
Yeah,
Never
which is
mind.
a good movie too. That's a
Because
good
I'm like,
movie.
wait a minute, didn't Santa Claus have like an accent? Wait a minute, that's the one I was thinking. Never mind.
Yeah. J.K. Simmons was him in this one. Travis Willingham, dude, I didn't realize how many voices, how many things I've watched that had Travis Willingham, or like I said earlier for Gert, Laura Bailey, because she plays she's the voice of Invisigal in Dispatch. And Travis Willingham, her husband, who's also part of the Critical Role, or he's like the CEO of that Critical Role thing, I think. He does a lot of voices, and he's a Phenomenon in Dispatch.
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. Yeah. Oh goodness. So, guys, anything on in the pipeline?
Christmas videos and hopefully couple lives before the holidays. Hopefully an
time.
unboxing.
Yeah. Long awaited. Long procrastinated.
My goodness. I'm just looking because, like, again, so there's the stuff from Kyle, and then there's the box from Nope, and I honestly cannot remember the box from Nope. So
Yeah, I started to remember a couple of things.
once we get to it, it's going to be exciting.
We can do them all, man. What the hell?
Yes.
More to come too.
We'll have fun.
Yeah. Well, all right, y'all. That was pretty fun. I'm a little parched though. If there's anything, if after watching this and seeing some of these, there's anything anybody out there can think of, anything you'd like to see that's not part of DC or Marvel that you'd like to see made, because trust me, folks, I had a ton more, but I was like, man, I can't. I gotta ease back just a little bit. I would have had too many. And that's not even all the books I was looking at. I was like, oh wow, I got this, and we could do this, but I was like, you know what? I probably need to keep it where it's at. If you got to make another slideshow separate from your entire show, maybe you've had it. Maybe you've done enough. Maybe you've done enough. So
Might be overkill.
Yeah. But again, the show 3 hours long. We really didn't start showing off the books till about 30 minutes in anyway. So again, not too bad.
It moved along well. It didn't slow down or nothing.
Yeah. So any parting words, guys, before I drop us out and wrap it up?
Not really. Hail Hydra, and see you next time.
All right. All right, guys. I'll see you all here in just a second.
Okay.
Well, everybody, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you for watching another Hydra Hangout with Weird Opes. No matter what channel you're watching on, subscribe to one or the other. We're going to be doing this for the rest of the time, going lives. That way, if you just want to watch on Weird Opes, doesn't hurt my feelings as long as you're watching, have a good time. Make sure to check the description of either my video or the description of their videos for any links to all sorts of cool stuff. Again, tomorrow at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, Dan Wickline and Kyle from The Experience are coming together. First time Dan's been on the EXP with us, what feels like forever, but it's always good to have him back. They're going to be talking about that Netflix Warner Brothers Discovery deal and what they think it means and any kind of predictions they have. Should be a good time. That's gonna be on either the Experience channel that's in the description of this video on my side. I'll also make sure to post both those links, not only to Dan's channel, which I'll do right now. Make sure you sub up to him. And then if I can remember what I did with my own work channel here, I probably passed it up 3 times. Come on, Jay. There we go. I found it. Come hang out there. I run a lot of the shows behind the scenes. Always a good time. Catherine, Corey, Sean, Dan Price, 9-Panel Grid, Eric, thank you so much. Everybody else, anybody else that I missed? Corey, I might have said Corey before. It's getting late, y'all. Thank you all for coming to hang out. Again, this is super fun. I love doing this. Love hanging out with Nope and Ed. Hopefully pretty soon we'll see a lot more Sean. Don't forget, folks, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be it, folks. I was trying to think of something clever to say. Don't really have anything. I just hope you all have a great rest of your weekend, rest of your week, and we will see you next time, next Saturday, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, right here for another Hydra Hangout. Take care, everyone. Good night.